Welcome in, everybody. Bit of a late start to our stream today, but
here we
we're
are.
Here. We're getting started. We're doing things.
Corey's on a 4-color, and Calvin is possibly also on 4-color. We might have a 4-color matchup.
4-color against 4-color.
Maybe. Calvin might be just on the Grixis. They often play similarly, though. We shall see.
All right. Turn 1 Thoughtseize.
You're going to see a very... Oh, yeah, there's some Grixis-y colors from Calvin.
This looks Grixis.
Some Grixis control. That Liliana the Veil is a little telling.
That it's not 4-color?
That's what you're trying to do, yeah.
Yeah.
So Corey's going to quickly write that down. Sometimes you'll see players play with their hands totally revealed. But Brainstorm is a thing that shuffles them back in and makes it a little more difficult. So, Grixis control versus 4-color. What are these players going to try and do?
They're going to grind out as long as they possibly can.
This is a weird, like you'd think that a card like Leovold on Corey's side would be good, but it's probably just going to die. It's just going to say, hey, you paid 3 mana, draw a card.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. If somebody can stick a Planeswalker, True Name Nemesis might be the type of card that breaks the game.
Yeah, and this Thoughtseize wasn't fantastic. Getting a Baleful Strix, it's not like a bad card to take, right? Yeah. But you were kind of hoping to get something a little better than that.
I think it's probably wrong, actually. Unless he's got an answer to Liliana. I think Liliana is the card I would have taken there. Because Liliana the Veil sometimes can just end the game.
It really can.
It takes a while to get there, right? But you go back and watch and realize, oh, if that Liliana hadn't stuck 2 turns, I would have been fine.
Yeah. Patrick Jorgensen, welcome in.
That's like 8 colors because 4-color and 4-color. I see. We're just on
7 colors.
7 total.
So guess what we got to work on today?
You played some Turbo Depths.
Yeah, I did really bad.
And then you played some Sneak and Show.
Yeah, which did okay.
That's kind of how our experience was.
But we actually are working on some emotes.
Oh, good.
Yes. And I know what they're going to be. I'm excited.
Good. And we can see people spam emotes. Oh,
yep.
Corey gets his own Strix. He says, I'm going to take your Strix and play my Strix.
Cool. Shiver me timbers. It's me Legacy.
Arg.
Arg.
I like how it changes just a little bit every Tuesday.
It does.
Just a little bit.
All right, here's Liliana. And this is just going to resolve.
Yeah, it just resolves.
I guess. Or maybe he's just waiting for him to fetch.
So this is kind of a weird... What do you do with this Liliana? Do you make your opponent discard?
No.
You down tick?
Yeah, I'd make them sacrifice the Baleful Strix.
He's got a bolt in hand, though.
Where be my hat? That's Brian's hat. He won't let me wear the captain hat, Stanotnu.
I like how everybody's just jumping in like, it's Tuesday. It's time for Legacy. That's what we do here.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Batisai.
That's pretty fabulous.
There is a 4th color, but I feel like that's just a death rate
He ticked up. See, so normally ticking down is just obvious, right? With Liliana. You've got a creature, there's nothing else on board, ticking down. Here, it's not exactly as obvious.
No, so the fact that he has like 2 Lightning Bolt in hand, this does kind of tell you the strategy is to keep your creatures off the board and to just keep upticking Liliana.
Yep. And the -2 on Lily is stronger for the next creature?
Yes.
So it keeps Corey from playing a creature right here. If you realize this.
Right.
I mean, he knows there's a bolt in hand. He saw it through Thoughtseize.
He knows that there's a bolt, and he knows that there's a Force of Will.
So let's see.
I wonder if this is a 4-color mirror. I can't actually tell with what Calvin's playing yet. These 4-color decks, they are very, very powerful.
So when you play more than 3 colors, you get more choices of good cards. Is that what you're saying?
That's pretty much what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Just every card you see is like, yep, value.
Oh, that's a good card. Oh yeah, that's a good card too. Oh, yeah. There's a Ponder.
Is this card an automatic 2-for-1?
Signed ponder. So it's a textless ponder with text on it.
Yes.
That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
What does it do?
I don't know.
The text box says Steve Argyle. Right?
The fact that I can't read it, I'm really not sure what that card does.
He puts the cards back on top, draws 1, swings at Calvin for 1.
Abrupt decay.
And
okay.
abrupt decay.
This is that explains why he let that be, right? Yeah. Like he has a clear-cut answer no matter what. Right. He would have been happy discarding a card. He would be happy letting the Baleful Strix die. Which
is probably why what you're saying, why he didn't Thoughtseize to Liliana way back when, turn 1.
Right.
Here's the Leopold.
All part of the plan.
So
this
Corey's
is definitely 4-color.
He does have the green in there, doesn't he?
8 colors.
Yep. 4-color with Liliana of the Veil. Corey's got the answer in the Strix on board, but he knows there's a bolt, again, reiterating that same point.
Right.
That kills the Strix.
If you can keep a Leovold on board in this matchup, though, it's probably shutting down like 4 Ponders and 4 Brainstorm.
Yeah. Right.
And Jace and like just so many things.
There's just too many cards that answer it, right? So Corey's deciding to counter it here. Yeah. And
Force of Will, pitch my own Leovold.
Perfect. We have a 1/1. That might be the way the game is run down here.
It's the kind of clock. It's the kind of clock we want to see.
18 turns from now, guys. Let's keep track right now. Ponder number 2. So, did you run 2 full leagues today?
We did.
How was that?
That's good. I really love just sitting down and playing. So.
Oh, I was like, "What's happening, Jorgensen?" I get it. You're responding to.
All right, another ponder that we don't know what it does.
Attack for 1. Haha.
And
Ooh, Death Right. The actual game-winning card.
The card that if it wasn't legal in the format, this deck wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Birds of Paradise just isn't the same.
And it just
we knew that there was a lightning bolt. That'll take care of that.
Yeah, and Calvin's happy to just let that other Death Right sit there. Oh, sorry, Jorgensen. You're right. My bad. There are other people. Kyer, you're here.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yeah.
Both of us are here.
See, he noticed I was here.
Yeah. I've been talking to you the whole time.
Maybe that just means I'm special.
I maybe was just talking to myself and you just were responding. That's kind of how I do this.
So I'm the one that thinks I'm super important.
What?
Is that what you're saying?
Why does everybody want you to have a hat? Pizza for lunch and
what
dinner.
What hat?
Whoa.
Do I just normally have a hat on?
All right, here we go. Turn 5 or whatever this is. Oh, can Calvin answer a Jace?
He has a Force of Will. He may not have a...
I don't know if he has Force and blue card. I know he has a Bolt and a Force. I don't know if he's got a 3rd card in hand.
Jorgensen, you're right. I have hats most days. But there's probably a couple times a week where I won't wear a hat. Definitely could use a haircut. You wouldn't know when I have a hat on.
Corey left his Jace very boltable, and there it goes. Why? Oh, is Force going to protect Jace? It should. The correct answer is yes.
Yes. I think this is a sign he needs to at least plus once.
Well, now 2 bolts are in the bin.
Right, but it's just susceptible to Snapcaster Mage.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I feel like this is the type of card that just wins you the game.
Yeah. He
why
just
not?
Spent 2 cards keeping it.
Why not at least spend 1 turn
he
just
didn't
to plus it?
He brainstormed it.
That's fine.
He doesn't agree with you.
I know.
I know. He really does.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I play Jace, I like to plus it once, but I feel like most players that are better than I am like never, just like brainstorm every turn.
Well, you're getting card advantage that way.
And I know that they're right, but every time I actually play with the Jace, it doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'm just bad at Magic. But all right, Hymn to Torok. That seems like a great card. Okay, this is gonna make a fatal push.
Finally, the Strix dies. And Calvin
Storm.
is empty-handed. We do have a Storm player tonight. Shay's not here.
Shay's not here.
Also, hi, Mill Solutions.
Welcome in.
Mill Solutions has asked me to look at Lotus Petal next in the Storm deck.
That one will be.
I haven't gotten to it yet, but I've got plans. I'm excited to do something cool.
There's the Fate Seal. I'm gonna let him have that. Hey, look, a land.
And if you're Calvin, you go, no, put it on the bottom.
Please.
You've never cast a Jason. Well, obviously you're the expert.
I don't think that you're supposed to like plus every turn until like the game, until you're trying to end the game, which is clearly what Corey's trying to do now.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times Jace should come down plus first and then just start brainstorming over and over again.
So if he had, Corey would still have a Force in hand, right? He wouldn't have needed
exactly
to spend those on the lightning bolt. But did he get the second Force through the, it's same card advantage.
Well, this is a Kulligan's command.
And it's going to get a...
Definitely getting a creature back. I don't know what the other mode he's naming yet.
Corey's going to respond. A little fetching.
Oh, does he have a hardcast Force?
Yeah, I believe he does.
Tropical Island. And I believe this is getting Force of Willed. Ta-da!
He taps 5 mana really quickly.
Yep.
You guys, it was so fast you didn't even see it happen.
So fast.
Yep.
Okay. And a Baleful Strix. You don't think enough people plus Jason themselves? I agree. I absolutely agree with that.
Here you want to plus him. You want to plus Calvin.
Yeah.
Obvious. When your opponent's empty-handed, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. You're drawing a card per turn. They're drawing a crappy card per turn. Alright. What's next? We have a Brainstorm. With a fetch land on the board. It's almost like they were meant to be.
Man, how does that work?
I don't know.
See, so what you gotta do is you gotta brainstorm. You gotta look at cards. You gotta put some back. But then the fetch land lets you shuffle them.
Yep.
So if you don't want the cards,
get rid of the bads.
Yeah.
Calvin's like, here's my card.
It's complex magic right there, guys. Next level magic. Oh, no, that's copyrighted by somebody.
Oh,
sorry, can't say that. Sorry. Pretend I didn't see that. I wonder how often, though, you and I, because we play Legacy so much, there's some things that we don't even acknowledge, like brainstorm fetch lands. Okay, like most Legacy players know what's going on. But how many people that are watching are going, what?
I'm not sure. Every once in a while, I like to like really explain things in detail, but
and then somebody in chat says, "We know,
we know how Legacy works." I know. I'm just trying to help people who don't.
Land number billion for Calvin,
but he found a Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm. And did he just fetch and then brainstorm? Is that what just happened?
Do you really? Okay, maybe we don't know. Jorgensen.
I think I said we feel like we know Legacy.
Oh yeah, we feel.
Yeah.
That's a better phrase. The truth is, Jorgensen knows.
Yeah.
And we just pretend like we knew all along.
Right. We've been doing this long enough. We remember some of the things he's said in chat.
Right.
And we just reiterate them.
I actually have a little notebook. I don't like to show it on stream, but it's just
not little notebook. The person in chat.
Yeah.
Actual little notebook.
No, I just have a little notebook full of things that Jorgensen has said.
He's got a little notebook of things I've said, and it's right in
Yeah,
the chat.
it's right in chat.
Quote number
Quote
one.
this, quote whatever
one.
this. and then he's always super humble about it, and he's like, no, I'm actually like not knowledgeable at all. AKA Scrub Supreme.
Snapcaster Mage
Snapcaster
is not going to win the game.
No, not at all. Removal at this point looks really bad. He could get a lightning bolt back and like keep the Jace from ulting for longer. This is definitely the best thing he can do.
See, now, Snapcaster Mage plus Kolaghan's Command plus cards. That's fair.
Yeah, bring back
Magic
Leovold.
Right there, right? God of the Scrubbery. We don't need to put labels on you guys here. Come on.
I'm pretty sure he put that on himself. You think you misplay harder than us?
I successfully got through 2 rounds of Nyx Fit without making vital, ridiculous errors.
That's an accomplishment. Because
like
I don't think I've done that yet.
After those 2 rounds, two matches, not two
matches.
2 matches. I was like, okay, I think I got to step away.
Quit while I'm ahead.
Brian went ahead and lost the next match. So I'm sure I would have won it.
Yeah, you would have.
When does the Vintage Legacy Holiday Cube thing start up?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, are we doing that tomorrow?
I don't know if you and Brian are. I think you guys are playing through.
Do you guys want to see Cube streamed instead of Legacy? Or
I'll probably do a little of both, but I'm going to be cubing a lot.
Yeah, like I mean, it's
May
fun.
as well stream it.
It's a nice change of
break.
pace, right?
Legacy will always be there. We can always just come back and stream
we
Legacy.
kind of know what we're doing when it comes to those cards in the cube.
Kind of.
But is that something that you guys would want to see, or would you rather us play another Legacy deck and try and 5-0 with it?
Is that what we do? We try to 5-0?
Oh, I try to.
I always feel like I just try to learn a deck. And then if I do okay, then cool.
What do you guys say in chat?
For what?
What they want to see? Would they want to see the Holiday Cube be cubed? You'd rather we play Enchantress? We don't actually have Enchantress at the moment.
Not yet. I'm sure that'll be something that happens though, Meal Solutions.
There you go. That's a thing that would make it easier to have happen.
Actually, Meal Solutions, if you did that, I can promise you we'd play Enchantress.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Loan them? Yeah.
I'm sure that would work.
It probably would.
Cards are tapping and going sideways, and things are.
He's like, I'm
exiled.
gonna use this opportunity to Thoughtseize your Leovold. Look, him to Torok. I imagine he just says that's
bolt to your face.
Okay, bolt you. That's fine.
There we go.
Ooh, he did get a Kolaghan's Command. Then he just scoops it up.
So Corey gets the first game. Go over here and click this thing.
You'd rather see Cube than Modern and Standard? Well, I agree.
Yeah, that wasn't a question. That wasn't even on the table. We'll jump over here because this looks fun.
It does.
This is Steven versus Remy. Steven is over here.
There's a Moat and an Abyss in play.
Remy is over here. Steven's on your left. And Remy is on your right.
I am excited to see what Remy's playing.
He's just playing it. Oh,
dang it.
Handshake.
Look at this board state.
Remy just lost with a Moat and an Abyss versus some Delvers and things.
What the?
There's a Leyline of Sanctity already in play. And that was a handshake. That was probably just game 1. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. That other game was long. I don't even know what to call Remy's deck. I don't know what it is yet.
Legacy is Legacy, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably throw a little bit of Cube in there, but...
we'll still do a lot of Legacy. No worries.
Yeah.
I just might do like extra night streams where I just like cube.
Maybe if Brian really wants to, since it starts tomorrow, maybe we'll do a cube. We'll see.
Or I could do streams where like I do a legacy league and then do a cube draft. A cube draft.
Yep, that might be a thing. If we 5-0 with sneak and see, that's the thing. Sneak and show goes quick.
Yeah, that deck took like no time to play.
All right. It looks like we're sideboarding here, so we get to see some more games from these guys. They're both sideboarding, of course. Both matches.
That's true.
They're on camera.
Not sure where we actually want to watch.
Right.
I don't know what Remy's doing, but I'm excited. Because I'm pretty sure that was game 1, right? Like, they're sideboarding right now.
Yeah. And you just, main deck Leyline Sanctity.
Main deck Leyline Sanctity and Abyss and Moat.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that people do. Never.
Let's see if we can get one more person to watch this here. Oh, goodness. Paragon City Games. Like that.
Like that. Yes, No Beard. We have not been up for very long.
We started a little late.
We have. Just
for you, actually. Just so you can see this amazing sideboarding.
Just so you could see people fiddle around with their cards.
Yeah.
It's great. It's all we ever want to see.
Let's jump back over to our other round 1.
Okay.
Where
they're also doing the same thing.
See? Oh, but look, there's more variation in colors.
There are.
There's a different playmat with a guy doing yoga.
Yeah.
Or something.
Little Drazi doing yoga?
I think that's what he's doing. Meditation.
Is that something that they can do?
I don't know. Do Eldrazi yoga, guys? Is that a question anybody's ever posed before?
He soaks in darkness for energy.
Grad research for next semester. The last 2 weeks. What is No Beard
last 2 weeks?
There was Magic played.
There was a charity event.
That's true.
That was a lot of fun. We did all of our normal events.
I played Nick's Fit on camera last Friday. And did well with it.
My 5-0 accidentally spiked Academy Rector.
Yeah. We tried to tell you guys that they were. I didn't specifically say they're going up, but they were affordable.
I told people to buy them.
Yeah.
I remember specifically saying that.
These are reserve list cards and they're affordable and they're going to be played in Legacy, and sure enough, they doubled.
Yeah, they were worth $25 when we 5-0'd, and now they're worth $60. So
the 24-hour event is no.
Our 24-hour stream is on the 31st. Yeah. $63.
Yeah. And it's not going back down.
No, I'm sure. Like, I was talking to Bryce right before we were streaming, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure it has to do with Caleb D and like MTG Goldfish playing it." And I was like, "Yeah, but Ripple Effect, like."
Right. The reason they played it is because somebody had to go in 5-0 with it.
I'm sorry.
We still enjoy playing the deck. It's a challenge
accident.
And it's a fun deck to play.
Oh,
so
it's
I'm not
so much
surprised
fun.
that people like I don't think they're available in there's many of them for sale in the area, in our local area, because everybody's snapping them up.
Yeah. Like even Lewis CBR came into the chat one time and he's like, thanks to you guys, I have to keep playing against this deck like on a semi-regular basis, and I'm actually losing to it. It's a really obnoxious.
It has game against lands, which
does.
I really like.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Game 2.
That's right.
Calvin's on the play.
I broke Rector. I'm sorry, guys.
This is the grind fest of grindiness here. Let's just take a peek at what
grind fest of grindiness. Nope, they are not.
That's what it's called.
Grind fest of grindiness.
4 color versus 4 color, 8 colors, 8 color matchup.
So I haven't decided if I want to just like release the emotes or like tell people what they're gonna be.
I don't know that we can take responsibility for the tech.
No, we were actually Jay Winner. We were actually given the list
This isn't standard. What?
There's a brainstorm and a death
This is
right.
absolutely not
2 dual
standard.
lands. Yeah, this is kind of like standard.
When there's $600 played on turn 1, it's not standard.
This is much more. That's an F&M brainstorm.
The F&Ms are affordable. They're like 50.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's the Katie Mask one that's 200.
Gotcha.
You're still waiting. So what you do is you wait for about as long as most people wait when they're playing against Lantern for the game to end, which is about forever.
Yep, forever.
And that's when the prices will spike.
The problem is that deck's a modern deck, not a legacy deck.
And it's
you
Lantern.
can't. Yeah. The cards are still out there, but people have known about that deck for a while.
Yeah, and so this card
card was a reserve list card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rector's reserve list.
And unfortunately, this damage may be permanent to Academy Rector. Reserve list cards don't often go down.
It might be a little bit of a spike, right? It might be. So it might. Come
I'm
down,
sure it'll come
down
down a little bit,
or something like that, and settle there. But if somebody takes this list and does well at an open, he foils out every standard deck. Doesn't everybody foil out their standard decks?
No.
Don't they only print foils in standard now?
Isn't
it just 15 foils?
I haven't opened a booster pack in a really long time. I opened some unstable, but those aren't standard cards.
All right.
Ponder.
Here's the Ponder from Corey. Textless Ponder. Looks at 3, figures out what he wants to do with them.
Yeah, I don't quite understand why you would foil out a standard deck.
And keeps one of them, puts the other 2 back. It's a death right.
It wouldn't even take that long, and then the card becomes pointless.
Right. Like as soon as you finish foiling it out, you go, okay, well, this was fun.
Yeah, you foil out a legacy
Who wants
deck
to
and
buy
you
this
can have
deck?
it forever. Yeah. Anybody want to buy these cards? No. All right.
K-Command.
Fetch. Colgan's Command.
We haven't seen days from either player. Neither player's playing Stifle, so they're able to fetch at will, right?
$1,000 to $2,000 every few months just for standard. Did you ever tell them that there are better formats?
Yeah.
You should probably let them know.
Alter out your legacy deck. Yeah.
There you go.
This guy.
He knows what's up. Get it all altered.
What was mode 2 of Colgan's Command? I missed that.
Did he make him He won't listen. He returned Death Ray Showman, right?
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
Or I think that's what he did.
Strix draws a card. Corey passes turn back. Calvin draws a card. It's very exciting magic.
It's a
draw, kill your thing. Draw, kill your other thing.
Play.
Ooh, so the library. So now one player gets to go draw, kill your thing.
Do we know what Remy's playing yet? Let me take a look.
He's playing nothing at all.
Nothing's going on the other table.
They must have finished when we must have seen the end of their match.
We can talk. We can ask him what he's playing. If you're curious, after this round, we can probably ask him. All right, Belfastrix beats. Where have we seen this before?
It was a really long time ago.
Yeah, it really was.
It's like there was some shuffling, and then it's all foggy.
Yeah. After that, who knows?
All right, Calvin gets to library. The most awkward thing ever, where you draw the cards, but you actually have to put some of those specific cards back, so they can go in your hand, but not really.
Have you ever seen what happens when you brainstorm before you summon library?
This is just everything explode.
Pretty much. You put back cards you've drawn this turn. So since you've brainstormed, you've already drawn 3 cards. But how does that work if you put something back on top of the library?
Isn't it errated to those 3 cards, or is it?
I don't think so.
Brian had
an
awesome play where there was a Leovold out. in a Sylvan library, and we knew that the library wasn't going to do anything, but he clicked yes to use the library
and discarded a card, huh?
So he returned the card back to this deck. He drew a card and put it right back down. That's how that works.
Nice.
So
Brian.
if there's a Leovold on the other side of the table and you have a library out, you choose not to activate use the trigger because it's a May ability.
This round will likely end after the death of the sun.
You can put back any cards you've drawn this turn, but you have to be able to prove that they were drawn this turn. Wow.
Which is super awkward.
Yeah.
Because like before you do it, I swear you pretty much have to call a judge over and like have the judge verify, yep, these are cards that were drawn this turn, right? Like what else can you even do?
You gotta keep them separate.
Yeah.
And you have to take 4 damage per card regardless if you put a card you drew back.
Yeah.
Fun! So usually, the correct choice would be to not brainstorm before library.
Tip: don't connect to Wi-Fi in public. That kicks you off after a couple hours. Yeah, that's lame. It's a good tip. Thank you.
Tip. Snapcaster Mage says, fatally push your bird, which makes sense. You just give that owl a little shove and it dies.
Mm-hmm.
They're fragile.
Yep.
Those full of bale owls.
Yeah, I did a couple of unstable drafts. I think I've done 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think that's about what Bryce has done too.
I 3-0'd with what did I 3-0 with just most recently? It was mediocre. I 3-0'd because there's the contraption things. Mm-hmm. There's one that says
it's like 4 rares.
+2/+0 in trample, and there's another one that says deals double damage. And so what you do is even if you drafted other contraptions, you don't use them.
Yep.
You just get those 2 and then play 2 drops and you win.
Oh no, Admiral, we didn't do it on stream.
Unstable?
Just Legacy is what we streamed.
It's not on MTGO, is it?
Except for when I cube. No. Unstable's not on MTGO either. The interactions would be awful. How I don't even know how they do that.
Right. Get up and run around and high five people. Which got old after about the first 6 minutes, guys, just in case you wanted to know.
Yep.
We had like legacy players playing like intense matches on camera and people coming up, high five! Don't do that.
Legacy players are just like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Can't you see this is important?
If we streamed unstable matches on camera, the games that would make sense would be the ones that would be less than awesomely fun.
What's the proper host to augment ratio? I have no idea. Like I said, I've only played a couple times.
I found that I want about double. 4-2, 6-3, somewhere in that area, but that's not a scientific consensus. That's after like 3 drafts.
I almost think it's like a third of the augments.
It depends though, because some of the augments are amazing.
Some of them are, and some of them are really bad.
Yeah, and some of them aren't even worth playing.
Same with the host though. Some of the hosts are good by themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if you're on a mill strategy, which I think is a very viable how do we get on unstable? What are we talking about?
We're talking about how Corey is just attacking for 3 per turn.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then. So unstable. Yeah. If the host is really good, play it. If not, don't play it. How about that?
Yeah.
But that we're talking like we're applying like actual competitive Magic logic to unstable, and that's wrong. When you're playing unstable, you really should be playing for fun. And I want to do this fun thing.
Do some weird things.
And I want to put this host on it. I want to make sure it happens. And
I want to have kitten.
I want to 3-0. That's wrong. You want to just play and do silly fun things.
I found that out very, very quickly. However, then the next draft after I found that out, I just drafted all the same watermark, and my draft was incredible. Like the deck is actually busted. I kept it because
you didn't even think. You just watermark.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You had a legacy question?
We're ready. Or Jorgensen's ready.
Well, Calf, I think you should probably let us know what your legacy question is.
We do. We don't stop them from playing their lands up front.
Yeah, we don't usually stop them though.
Is Big Eldrazi a good deck in Legacy?
Calf, I've actually played against that deck quite a few times on Moto recently. I'm probably about 50-50 versus it. It's quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As it turns out, Grim Monolith plus Key is like a real thing. Not only that, but you get so much mana that Eye of Ugin is just incredible.
It runs Chalice main deck, right?
Yeah, it runs Chalice main deck.
Yeah.
The only downside I've seen is like it really gets hurt by Wasteland decks, and like lands can like reoccur Wasteland. It's so hard for them to deal with. But I mean, every deck has weaknesses. So.
If everybody's playing Delver, then you can just get auto wins.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Chalice. Any deck that runs turn 1 Chalice.
Yeah, I think it's a great deck.
Turn 1 Chalice into a turn 2 Thought Knot can be really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating because how do you cast Venerate Explorers when Chalice is on 1?
Exactly. Isn't that weird when you start like analyzing the meta as, well, how does it hurt Nyx Fit? How does it hurt this weird deck that nobody's ever heard of? And the other thing that's neat about Eldrazi is if you have the mana base for it and you have a lot of the other cards for it, you can switch into like a mud deck if you want to change it up just a little bit, or depending on what you want to be doing, what your meta is.
Right. Yeah, True Knight. Yeah, 4-color Loam is a sweet deck for sure. I haven't gotten to see the list from that tournament yet. Maybe we'll pull those up between games and talk about them.
Strix on both sides of the board.
I think it's pretty close to being too late to turn this one around.
Yeah.
3 life is just not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be very similar decks.
They can. Like the big difference is though, I'm pretty sure Perry, I don't think the big one runs Smasher or Matter Reshaper. It does run Thought Knot Seer. I know that for sure. But typically it's like Thought Knot Seer and an Endbringer are like the really big payoffs. And then of course you have like big Kozilek, like the new Kozilek and
all right,
new Ulamog.
Corey's here with a Culligan's Command, which is enough. He's able to kill off enough of Calvin's stuff there to end the game, since Calvin was at 3 life. To Corey's 18 life.
And the other table is all clear.
Very not. Yep, over.
Ta-da!
How about I ask Remy to show off
his
deck real quick since we missed it. I'll just ask him to kind of lay it out.
Okay.
See if he wants to.
Yeah, we'll see if he's willing to. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, Perry, I understand. I mean, that's the thing about Legacy, though, right? Just like play the deck you want to be playing. I don't think Legacy's the best format to do the whole I'm playing the deck I can afford thing. Don't you think that's kind of true?
Yes. No. What?
I was just saying, like, I don't think Legacy is the best format to be playing the deck you can afford over the deck you want to play. Legacy is just a better format to play, like, what you want to be doing.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Generally.
as long as the deck you can afford is something you sort of enjoy, then it's a good way to start learning the format.
Sure.
Versus never getting into it, I guess.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't know where Remy went, so we'll have to see if we can get him on camera in a little while.
Yeah, maybe.
We've got somebody playing. he lost with it. So
Okay.
he's playing modern 5-color creatures with Sleevold in it.
That's Ian, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Ian. So maybe next round or round 3 or something, we'll have him on camera.
He's been playing that deck in Modern.
Yeah.
He probably just added Leovold, and he's like,
Pretty
look,
much.
it's Legacy.
I think that's what happened.
That sounds about right.
And I mean, it could do all right in some matchups.
I actually have looked through his deck. He's my roommate, so makes sense that he would play something like that. He's been pretty high on that. That weird deck.
We have about 5 minutes left in the round. I think there's just one match remaining.
Okay.
For our round 1 here, so we should get round 2 going pretty quick.
Well, you know what that means.
What does that mean?
It means we get to talk about things. Things that we like to talk about.
There's a new Paragon City Games website.
That's a thing we should talk about.
You guys can type it in, or we can give you a link if you don't know how to type it in.
No, I was typing into that.
It's Paragon City Games.
ParagonCityGames.com.
Oh, do you have to sing it? .com. You get this really nice close up of sleeves. That's what you can buy here. There they are. Sleeves in action.
You know what's sweet? I talked to Jaden,
okay,
our store manager, and I was like, so do you think we can get a promo code up?
Uh-huh.
Give our guys from the stream a discount on our site? And he goes, I'm not sure how to do that yet, but that's a thing that we're gonna do.
Yeah,
and I was like, yes, excellent.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we have board games aplenty on here, and
lots and lots of board
sleeves,
games.
boxes, deck boxes, stuff. There isn't singles on right yet.
No, but Jaden's already talked to me, and he was saying that they will be put on our site.
So there might be a few
at some point.
Bugs. This just went live, right?
Yeah, it just barely went live. We've actually already noticed some.
So you can click on media.
Media.
What happens if you click on media?
It goes to our media page. Duh.
Oh, look. We do Legacy live streams.
Yeah.
Live.
On Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.
That's amazing. Where we talk about
things.
We're doing a Legacy live stream. This is all rehearsed, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is our schedule.
Oh, look. You guys already know. Everybody that's in chat knows our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You played against Eldrazi aggro today, and you emptied for 14 goblins on turn 1, which is rude. You thought you were sure to win. His turn 1 was an Ivugan into Endless Wand. Turn 2, Matter Reshapers, and they stabilized. Oh, yeah. But you would have been close.
Wow.
Because just a slightly different hand and you have it, right?
Right.
And that's kind of how Storm can go.
Look, guys, and it even has our stream.
Whoa!
Attached to it.
We're
playing
it's a stream,
live.
watching a stream. It's like one of those infinity mirror things when you're in a hallway
Kind of.
and sort of.
Look at that.
Not really. This is a mind
Has like
trick.
a little delay.
This is really weird, guys. we need some weird music to accompany this.
But yeah.
In fact, if you guys could just turn on whatever weird
Reception.
whatever weird music you have playing at home right now.
This is a good place though. To take a look at Die Hard Dice. I know that there was a bug on this earlier. I'm not sure if it's still there, but Die Hard Dice are fantastic. We have all the Ultimate Guard stuff, all that jazz.
Yeah. You want a 0-4 drop? I'm confused, Chief. I put a stream in your stream so you can stream while you stream? Yes! That's fantastic.
Trevor, welcome in.
Corey versus Ball.
I heard you like streams.
Let's look at Magic.
Magic.
We have pairings. We're gonna have Corey versus Paul. Okay, do you guys want to watch that same 4-color deck that just won?
4-color versus lands?
Or what did we see very briefly? Like you are
Grixis Delver versus Miracles.
But it's Josh on Miracles, which is actually, I think, entertaining to watch.
I think it's very entertaining to watch. We'll let chat decide.
They always say lands. Every time chat says lands.
Had to see from the YouTube angle, huh?
Yeah, see, Jorgensen obviously lands.
Lands.
I guess I've just seen enough lands, but that's all right. We'll see. We'll watch lands.
Lands V4 color?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not seeded yet.
They should be. I see they have red vines.
We absolutely ship cards. So right now there's a Paragon City TCG page.
Yeah, you can search us. If you search by buyer in
Search by store.
Or store, yeah. Store, and you just search Paragon City Games, you'll be able to look through our store.
And there's a
we have
huge inventory.
A ton of singles.
These guys are shipping out like 70 cards a day. 70 shipments of cards.
Yeah.
And they have, I've found that the cards that you have listed on TCG are super competitively priced and in often better quality.
Yeah.
Better condition.
Definitely. You'll have to take a look.
So
I actually could see if I can link it.
Yeah.
But here, Bryce, there's something important that you need to
I
talk
heard
about.
land runs a really cool combo with a green card and a red card. Can you explain how it works? Okay, so here's what you do. There's this card called Gamble and this card called Life of the Loam. And when they get together, everything dies!
You can tell he feels really strongly about this.
All right, here we go. Change Calvin to Paul.
Paul. All right, Paul's on that.
And we're on round 2 now.
Whoa. Something I should change, huh?
It's right here. If you just
Ready.
You just want to pull it from there.
Last time, does it still work?
Or just no, just do exclamation point store.
Is it exclamation point TCG store?
Yeah, TCG store. There we go.
There.
Why is Tabernacle so expensive? It's Legends. Legends is there's a lot fewer Legends cards than there are other cards from other sets.
That's actually like the only reason.
And
Legends cards are just so expensive if they're used at all in any way, shape, or form.
Part of the reason also
Some
is
of them
it was horrible. Nobody played with it ever.
Yeah.
Tabernacle. So they didn't keep them in good condition. So there's fewer of them out there. Like I bet you there's more The Abyss in good condition than there are Tabernacles for that reason.
Probably.
It just wasn't a card.
Because it's the only thing that does what it does, and it does what does what it does, and there's not a lot of them, for sure.
Yep.
I totally said that perfect the first time.
Absolutely perfect.
I can read. All right, we don't know what Corey rolled.
5. Somebody won that die roll.
Somebody did. I have a feeling.
Okay, so who's advantaged? Lands or 4 color? The person who went first, is that who's advantaged? Maybe so.
I'd say Paul is slightly advantaged.
Look, Manabon, bye! Is that a Molten Vortex? Or is that a Gamble? That's a Gamble, right?
No, that's a Molten Vortex.
Is it a main deck Molten Vortex?
I'm pretty sure.
Guys, what is that red card?
The name of the card has 2...
That Mana Bond means he gets to dump his hand.
I would definitely take the Mana Bond.
But it's not a game-winning hand to dump, right? I mean, there's a stage, there's a bunch of lands, I've seen much more impressive Mana Bond hands.
Yep.
From lands.
Give this card a real good read.
You know, where if he had Dark Depths in his hand here, he'd just win with that Mana Bond. But that's not what's going to happen this time around.
There's no way he kept this hand just because of Molten Vortex. I imagine he kept this hand because of Mana Bond.
Yeah.
If it was a gamble, I think you just take the gamble. Therefore, I'm thinking it's Molten Vortex.
Corey's got Brainstorm and a.
I think he does have a Force of Will as well.
Yeah, I almost saw cards.
Almost.
Looked like a fetch land.
So close.
I don't know what else he's got. He's thinking this one through. If I knew for sure what that. So you're thinking if that was a. I know, Jorgensen. If you're thinking that was a gamble, you take gamble there and let him have the mana bomb.
If it was gamble, yeah. Like let them play out other lands. Yep,
It's
Vortex. He takes Vortex.
Okay.
This is exactly what I was saying. Is like, okay, well, okay, Life from the Loam is the draw.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a Bajuka.
There's a one of Bajuka Bog. It's a card you can go. What's the Sylvan Scrying? Not Sylvan Scrying. Crop Rotate. You can go Crop Rotate, instant speed, and exile their graveyard against Reanimator and all that good stuff. And Paul's on the non Living Wish version of right. Yeah. Like we were playing Dark Depth, Turbo Depths. Mm-hmm. That uses Living Wish, and so Bog's in the sideboard there.
Some of them do, some of them don't. But yeah. Yep, Mana Bond comes down. He discards his whole hand. Look, he even drew Life from the Loam, which conveniently goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, that was neat. I'm alright with that.
Yep. He'll exile the Thoughtseize.
Mana Bond's a fun enchantment. We could pull it up if you guys want to see it. Just let you do it. We're like trying to double team this. Copy Factory and start smashing face. That might be the play. Where's Mana Bond? If it was a weird vintage Masters or some, what is this? Tempest Remastered rare. Oh. So he plays out Mana Bond and then he goes, it's now my end step. And look, I have all these lands that I get to put into play.
Dump.
And I have to discard my Life of the Loam. Oh, shoot. But this is a winnable situation from Corey. This isn't like game over yet. Yeah. It might not take very long between drawing 3 cards a turn with Life of the Loam.
Yeah, Paul just needs to find a Dark Depths off of these dredges. The hand looked really bad, but ripping a Life from the Loam off the top made it a pretty good keep. He just goes end of turn, activate Mistress Factory.
Yeah.
A gamble, an exploration, and a tabernacle?
Yeah.
Life from the Loam, get back Tabernacle, get back Verdant Catacombs. And my turn dump.
So wait, is Tabernacle good against everything that Corey's playing?
Yeah.
You played a Deathrite Shaman? Great! Guess what? You have to pay a 1 upkeep.
Yep. This is the type of thing that, like, once this gets going, this is why I would say Paul is advantaged in this matchup, especially game 1.
Yep.
Especially game 1. Lands preys on fair decks, and has a really hard time with combo.
Yeah, and this is a situation where a Deathrite Shaman, if it was already out and could have eaten that Life of the Loam, he'd be all right. The fact that he's still trying to find it, a little bit harder.
By a little bit, you mean a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what they wanted to watch.
This is what they wanted to watch.
Every single person that responded said lands.
Yep.
No one was like, I'd rather watch Miracle.
No, I'd rather watch fun interactive Magic.
2 decks actually competing against each other. Yeah, you can't get the Bayou with the Scalping Turn there.
Did he actually copy Factory?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yep. All right. Corey, turn 3, Strix. Perfect answer. Not so much.
No. He hasn't done it yet? Oh yeah, he casted Loam. That's right. Dredge Loam. Exploration, Maids of Ith, and...
Wow, those are 2 not great dredges in a row.
Really not sure what the other card was. Looks like an artifact.
I've seen him with Sphere of Resistance, but I thought that was in the side.
Yeah, it is.
Captain QC, hello, sir. If Bryce had a spirit animal, it would be a loam. That's great. I'm not sure what a loam is, but yes. All right, so Corey pays the Tabernacle upkeep, because if you have a really pretty building off in the distance, you have to pay mana to keep your creatures in play.
But only if
Otherwise,
it's in the distance.
They die to go. It's a Tabernacle. I don't know where to go with this, guys.
You're the one who started it. Now you finish.
Okay. Maze of Ith, that's... Take that, Strix. Answer.
You have to pay 1 for that creature that does nothing.
Yep. But it blocks factories that can get mazed. That's what happens. Wouldn't that be great if this game ends by a Maze of Ith, that 2 Maze of Iths that attack, and one of them is getting mazed every turn so it doesn't die to Strix, and that's it? We just never see a 2020.
Yep, there you go.
It'd be fantastic.
He's going to fetch up a Shelter Thicket. Yep, there's the copy. He makes a copy of Mishra's Factory.
We're getting exciting now.
Oh, yeah.
There's now 2 Mishra's Factories on the board. If you copy it, does he have to copy the same season of factory? Or can you say this one's a winter?
Nope,
factory?
can't say that.
Oh, shoot, guys. He's got 2 summer Mishra's Factories.
My hero. 0 to hero.
Or is it a gamble? I think it's both, isn't it? If I had a spirit animal, it would be gamble plus loan. Yeah, he's struggling to dredge, isn't he? Guys, we're watching lands. Woot! Should always be a concession. Huh. Here we go. He's going to Maze of Ith, his own Mishra's Factory. Just, this is the dream, guys. This is the dream.
Hearing Bryce get excited about lands just makes me laugh every time. He like has to pretend.
Oh, there was an attack. No, he didn't even attack with the Thespian Stage copy one, did he? Mm-hmm. Oh, sad.
Yeah, Calf, no problem. Always happy to give you our opinions. How healthy is the format right now? Very healthy. Legacy is a great place to be.
Yep. It's fun. You can play a lot of variety of different decks, and especially if you're in a community where there's a lot of variety of different decks. It's fun. You get to see lots of different things happen.
Die, lands, die.
Corey, so this is game 1. This is pre-sideboard. Corey's going to have a hard time doing anything against this. Like what does he want to see here that is a fast enough clock to actually do something? Even if he got like a True Name Nemesis down, Paul's got a quicker clock at the moment. There's a lot of cards that just do nothing for Corey.
Yeah, he has a lot of bad draws. Very few things that are relevant.
Yeah, if he gets a Jace out, it's going to start getting attacked before it would be able to tick up enough to do anything. Leovold doesn't do a heck of a lot. I mean, okay.
Meal Solutions. Type in exclamation point TCG store.
Did you type?
Yeah, I did. Oh. That should give you the link. If that doesn't work, then I can find you a different link.
Yeah, you're correct, Jorgensen. It does just extend the game for a little bit longer, but I don't think it wins the game. Jorgensen, what's the link to? Oh, it's up there. You found it.
Oh, okay.
You can't do it this way. You have to do it the way.
Really?
The other link.
Okay.
So there's a pile of lands in front of Paul. He's playing with his lands in front and in back.
Yeah, he likes to put the lands that don't tap for mana up like an enchantment or artifact.
That's pretty much
or a creature or whatever
they are.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my enchantments. One's a maze, one's a shiny building, one's a mana bond.
They're lands that don't act like lands,
but fit really nicely into a deck called lands.
Fact.
I mean, mana bond should be a land.
I just remember when you came by and just bought all those super, super crappy lands from Legends that don't tap for mana. There's a bunch of them. They're so terrible.
My blue Legends banned with other Legends.
Yes.
That's all it does.
Yep.
It doesn't tap for mana.
It's blue Legends.
Yep. Those things are great.
I bet HC Fox knows the names of like all these cards too.
Sarah's Sanctum is the white one.
No, Sarah's Sanctum. That's the Urza Saga one.
Oh, is that the Saga one?
Yeah.
It's Sarah's what? What's the white one?
Seafarers. Quay.
Oh, it's Sanctum.
But I get to stop landwalks.
Cathedral of Sarah. There we go.
Yeah.
That thing is gorgeous. Get those now while they're frozen cold.
We'll see who's laughing in 10 years when there's a use for Teleria and it's $1,000.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
They were super cheap though. They were like all like $1 or less a piece.
I got them because they were in like perfect condition.
Yeah.
And I didn't have perfect condition ones, so that was my reason. I figured if I get most of the lands from Legends, then it's kind of the same thing as having a Tabernacle. I don't own a Tabernacle, but I have the rest of them.
It wouldn't be surprising if something happened at some point where like one of the lands just spiked in value because all of a sudden it became useful with like one card. Wouldn't surprise me. They're all bad, but
once they print a 1-mana Wrath that kills all creatures that lack banding. Ooh.
Then you'll invest.
So we saw Force of Will, counter Life of the Loam, temporarily. Here comes Jace. Let's see if I'm wrong. Let's see if Jace can actually do something versus multiple factories. I don't think I'm wrong.
Those 34mm counters? I'm not sure.
They're large.
Talking about our life dies or
It doesn't matter what
millimeter.
If he says those ones, you're still not going to know the answer. Hey, it's the Dark Depths.
Found it.
It's very deep.
Take lightning bolt your factory. Got him.
Answer. There's no way that you get to make a 2020 at
the life counters. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're 34mm.
You see,
they work for us though.
Grove of the Burn Willows. All right. What is the card that answers main deck 4-color card that answers a Dark Depths and a Thespian Stage?
Fox, you'll pay for that check. You'll pay. Oh man.
Is there a card? Is there anything here, guys? Fatal Push doesn't work. Abrupt Decay doesn't work. Oh, the workers have, and so they've all sacrificed themselves to the deep dark depths. Is that what's happened?
Yep.
How about getting a Baleful Strix in play so that you can block for a turn? Yeah, it's not going to work here. Well, Edict would, obviously. But yeah, even then it's just temporary. And his clock, even if you edict the 2020, it's not fast enough for Jace to tick up and win.
Devilite, do we think it's worth buying fetch lands? Yes.
Absolutely. If you don't have fetch lands and you want fetch lands, now's a great time to get them.
I personally would recommend having 4 of each of them.
They were a little lower not too long ago. They've gone back up a little bit. But you can get Cons of Tarkir ones at a really affordable price.
Yeah.
And you can get...
Modern Masters ones for decent prices.
Yeah. See, HC Fox is using logic that doesn't make sense, but that's true.
That's weird. He's not known for doing stuff like that.
So lands won.
Surprise.
You guys saw the thing. Oh, we gotta jump in. There's not shuffling.
No shuffling.
On both sides. So this is game 2.
And we're seeing a Gataxian Probe.
This is not Remy versus Steven. This is Steven versus Josh. In round 2 of probably game 2. And we're on. Steven probably lost game 1, based off of. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening here.
Yes.
So, Terminus, Jace, Brainstorm, Council's Judgment, Brainstorm. Look at all those.
No Cabal Therapy. Take both Brainstorms.
Wrote on all of Josh's cards.
Josh likes his cards signed. Specifically not foil.
Right.
Not foil, signed by the artist.
Signed. Not foil.
Evil blue-white mage.
That would be pretty cool, right? Gataxian Probe and Cabal Therapy. Ha ha ha. That's not how it worked out.
Perry, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, hit both Brainstorms. Come on. Cabal Therapy. Not everybody runs the Cabal Therapy versions.
They picked up each pile one by one and pile shuffled each one a second time. Oof. Sounds like something just to mess with Jorgensen.
Yeah.
Maybe they knew you were watching.
They were like, you know what Jorgensen would like right now? More pile shuffle.
I was playing on camera last Friday, and I went to pile shuffle just naturally, just to count my sideboard. And I stopped. I'm like, no, I'm not going to.
Don't give him the satisfaction. No, Jorgensen would enjoy that. I won't do it.
I think you didn't see me pile shuffle on Friday.
I think.
I'm not sure. It was really habitual.
Oh, young Pyro.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's way to
That
play.
sounds like not Legacy right there.
Yeah, that sounds like some other weird format.
Days just missed a trigger on Young Pyromancer.
That's a weird thing to do.
Whoops. Oh, maybe that was in response to.
Oh, okay.
So Josh responded to the Pyro with a Brainstorm. It got dazed. There we go.
Sounds like a rules violation. Yeah, of some kind.
If you have a rules lawyer out, though, I'm not sure if that stops that type of thing from happening.
Right.
I don't know. That card, I have yet to play with or against that silly unstable card.
Yeah. I had like, there was a guy who drafted it the other day, and in the store I've been designated the unjudge.
Okay.
And I know nothing about unstable. I swear the only reason I was designated unjudge is because like I know less than everybody else.
That might make it better, actually.
And
what should I do here?
And here I am like trying to evaluate cards, right? And people are like, I need this to go my way, and I'm just laughing, going, guys, there's like 10 different arguments you could make for this. I don't know. But then I just come to a conclusion, just roll with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Delver flips for days. That's what just happened.
Nice.
Because
days.
For days.
For days.
Yeah. Hey, Merry almost Christmas. I guess we don't have another stream.
Monday.
Are we going to stream Tuesday Night Legacy on the 26th.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it to that.
Yeah,
It'll be here, though. Somebody will be streaming.
It might be just me. It might be me and Brian. I don't know. We'll see.
And like the 2 matches that are being... No, it might be a full house. It's hard to know.
Who knows?
All right, we're going to jump back to 4-color versus lands, where Corey is on the play.
And look, he has red vines.
Oh, God. You need a red vine counter.
I know about Judge Chat, but I didn't use it.
Can you use Judge Chat for unstable? Wouldn't they just, like, ban you?
Pretty much.
Don't think that's what Judge Chat is for. Red vine count. ++. I like it. Are we in a local store? I guess it depends if you are local to where our store is. That's a great question.
Definitely, yes. We are Paragon City Games. We're located in Draper, Utah.
Okay.
We play a lot of Legacy.
Are you local to where I am? Maybe.
We are a local store. Whether or not we're your local store, probably not.
Yep.
But
there is the real brick and mortar.
You are definitely always welcome here.
Yep, it's the place to play Legacy if you're in and around the Salt Lake City area.
Lol, didn't mean my local store. But yeah, Paragon City Games has a podcast studio. It's called Pendlehaven Studios, and that's where we stream from. We stream every day outside of weekends usually. Sometimes we'll do a weekend stream, but Monday through Friday we do Moto streams, and then Tuesdays and Fridays we do live Legacy.
You're guaranteeing it? Alright, HG Fox is guaranteeing that the 4-color player plays a green source. He hasn't done that yet.
No.
What do we get if... What is the guarantee?
Are all these small tournaments or just casual? Yeah, they're casual. Like
yeah.
we stream our FNMs and just Tuesday Night Legacy.
This is, I mean, it's sanctioned though, right?
Yeah, they're sanctioned.
No proxy Legacy.
Yeah, no proxies.
And
these are all real cards.
Most of these players are pretty heavily competitive, practicing for actual GP level Magic, right?
The skill level from these Legacy players is quite high.
Yeah. If you're right, we get to see land. I know, but I'm wondering what happens if you're wrong. That's what I'm more curious about there.
That's just a funny thing to say. That's like implying that HC Fox could be wrong.
It wasn't implying. That sounds way too harsh. It was more of just like I want to know what's on the line either way. No, that's not a noobish question at all. That's fine.
Yeah, no worries. Always happy to answer questions.
We've been playing Legacy here at Paragon for about a year, and step 1, the green source. Here it is. Okay,
here it is.
Okay, and there really wasn't much of a Legacy scene in Utah.
There wasn't at all, actually.
There was players who wanted there to be something, and there just wasn't enough players to do it. So we'd fire Friday Night Magics once a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And now here we're seeing it every single Tuesday and every Friday.
Yep. We even fire like a win a box every other week. But I think what I've been told, Saturdays have been so busy that the win a boxes, like we're not going to be doing them too much more. We didn't stream them anyways.
Yeah. So, and we've gotten upwards of 30 players or so last Friday. Was last Friday? 2 Fridays ago?
Typically, the number of players we get in these tournaments are between like 15 and 25, which for Utah is incredible.
Yeah, and it was higher.
Yeah,
but I think it dropped down because it is twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
You unlocked lands.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. He's going step 1, boys, and he's like, fetch for Bayou, and then he fetched for Bayou, and he goes, yes. Or did he change it to tropical?
It's still forced. That's all that matters.
Now Paul goes, play another land, copy your trop.
So Corey has the Deathrite Shaman active here.
Yes.
Right? And that's a thing that actually could slow down Paul.
It's a thing that absolutely will slow down Paul. And on that note, he's already quite slow with what's going on.
He really is going to copy the stupid green source. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yep. He guaranteed it. So why did I should have just been like, yes.
The only reason he wouldn't copy the green source is if he drew one.
Oh, HC Fox. What if he draws one?
Yeah, what if he draws a green source? Oh, there's a surgical extraction in Corey's hand.
He's well equipped to play against that loam.
Yeah, he's very well equipped.
Sometimes Lands just doesn't care, though.
Sometimes.
Crop rotation can just...
Thoughtseize.
I think you take the crop rotation.
Oh my goodness. You are so... HC Fox is totally right. He is actually... If he draws another like colorless source, he's 100% copying the...
Oh, he's already got it. He's got the factory. So he next land would copy the stage.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got an answer-ish to Life of the Loam. He's going to take the Punishing Fire.
Okay, so he's taking Punishing Fire to keep his Deathrite Shaman alive, and he can Surgical Extraction and get rid of them. I don't hate this play. Part of me thinks just get rid of Exploration and just keep the lands player honest and just, nice slow grindy game. But I definitely
that's a tough choice. I could see why crop rotation would be correct, and I could see why gamble would be correct there.
He just drew
he
Dark
just
Depths.
draws Dark Depths and says, "I don't care what you took." Yep. So I think.
So HC Fox called this a while ago. What does he get for calling this correct?
He didn't call it.
I swear he called it.
He hasn't copied the Tropical Island yet.
Oh, it's happening.
It's not going to.
It's going to happen.
He's just going to play Dark Depths.
If it wasn't going to happen, he would have wastelanded.
If he just does it anyway.
No, he's going to. I know it.
He just plays Dark Depths and copies. Punishing Fire goes away. Oh, 2 damage to Paul.
HC Fox called it on turn 1.
and it didn't even matter.
Nope.
He's not even going to use it.
He doesn't need to. Is there an edict? Is there a...
It's a backup plan for...
He needs edict plus surgical. And he should win if he edicts plus surgicals.
So if he has 2 of the 2 sideboard cards he brought in...
Well, we know he has surgical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he has the other one that he also sided in.
Yeah.
So there's a one of each. Maybe there's 2 surgicals. Okay.
There are probably 2.
Then he could win if he gets both of the sideboard cards. That's
usually how it works.
Yeah. I like it. Here we go. Does he have an edict? He has a Strix.
He has Strix.
Buys him a turn.
Does buy him a turn. Yeah, Fox. For sure. It wasn't like a prediction that it's there's no way he's gonna do this, but you just predicted it anyway. No, it's just a sweet prediction, that's all.
Destroy every non-basic land and Punishing Fire every turn and draw the matched line from lands. Yeah. There's that. I think
what is funny about this is he didn't need to fetch up green, I don't think.
Is he actually going to use the green? That's fabulous. He did.
Yep, crop rotate. See? HC Fox was right. Little did Corey know he unlocked the lance player.
All right. What land is Paul getting here? Something to taps. It doesn't even need to. What
he might get Tabernacle.
He can get a second stage. And still okay. So he's gonna slow roll here. If he wanted to, he could have made a 2020 right there.
Yeah,
I don't need to.
No, he knows that the long game is going to favor him. It makes sense to like tax your opponent a little more. Make sure that they don't have a good game plan against what you're doing, and then make the kill. Lands is a deck that can kill quickly, but that's not really what it's designed to do. It is trying to grind out the opponent.
Right. So Paul's playing around an edict there.
Yes.
He's saying, okay, what's the one card that can beat me?
Edict.
And it would slow Paul down significantly if he had made a 2020, because he would lose stage and dark depths.
Yep.
And he knows he knows there's a Death Rat Shaman out, right? So he doesn't want to really play his Life of the Loam right now.
Which, one more land, and he'll be able to activate Mishra's Factory and play around edicts. So if he does play a land this next turn, I imagine that he will make the 2020.
There isn't really a land that can replace Tabernacle.
No, Ingenuity, there isn't. However, I've seen enough lands decks play without a Tabernacle. They do just fine. Like, Tabernacle definitely is an amazing card, but...
Maze of Ith kind of acts as a sort of... Did I go to clown school? How did you know? What's great is you're referring to something that I did, and I have no idea which thing I said or did that you're referring to, Captain QC. That's fabulous.
Cabal Pit is as close as you get. Yeah.
Alright. Paying upkeeps. Paid. Very, very slowly. Yeah. It's great.
QC for consistency and trolling.
He's not referring to any one particular thing. It's just random. You had it typed out, waiting to send as soon as you like got in, and oh yeah, Bryce is here. I'll save this for later.
Yep.
You copy pasted. I got you. It wouldn't be the same without Captain QC here.
No, it really wouldn't.
All right. Very slowly, something's going to happen here. Another crop rotation off of his Tropical Island Thespian stage. You were cooking and thought you should just, yeah. Oh, it's been a few minutes. Better. I like it.
I bet you've been to clown school, huh?
Is that what Captain QC sounds like?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Since I can't hear any voices, I get to give them voices.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Usually I make them kind of ridiculous.
I like it. He's got two stages. He's got a second depths in hand. Does he start pulling triggers now?
I think so too.
There's a moment where if he does pull the trigger and makes a 2020, Corey can surgically extract Dark Depths while there's still one in Paul's hand.
Yes. Ingenuity, yeah, it does become a much cheaper deck. Like, I don't know if I'd call it budget, because you still need Mox Diamonds.
I think there's a moment.
Which are quite pricey. Dark Depths itself is quite pricey.
Is there a moment when he can, or does he maintain priority through that? It might not be. I could be wrong.
I think he maintains priority.
Because the sacrifice isn't part of the... It's the resolution of the ability, yeah. Right?
Budget for Legacy? No, it's still above budget for Legacy. Budget for yeah, Drop of Honey Wastelands. Exactly, Wastelands still have value. You still need like 2 Taigas.
You don't need Drop of Honey.
No, you don't need Drop of Honey. That's a sideboard card, typically. Yeah, there are ports. There are a lot of things that make this deck expensive. Tabernacle.
Mox Diamonds are not cheap. They're 130. And even Dark Depths are back up to 40, 50 bucks on that, right?
Gambles are pretty cheap right now. Explorations aren't too expensive.
Here's a Thoughtseize. He gets to see what Paul has.
I see a Dark Depths, a Gamble, a Exploration, and I think that's Life from the Loam, I would assume.
Yep. And it's been sitting in there this whole game. That Exploration and Life of the Loam have been hanging out.
Yeah, Mox is definitely up there.
Yes, it's just recently started to climb.
Yeah, it's been climbing a lot.
Choke? That's a fair card. You play Tabernacle and Choke? What a jerk.
Corey's like, okay. I gotta untap one of my lands.
He's got a Abrupt Decay here.
Get rid of a Jukabog. Okay. Abrupt Decay Choke. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
And a reason to have this Abrupt Decay in my deck. Great. Pays the upkeep. Should I buy it now?
Ingenuity, I don't see Mox coming down anytime soon. If you plan on getting Mox Diamonds, just buy them.
He just barely played the Choke. So he never had an untapped step there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If it stays. Correct. Yeah, I don't see why Mox Diamonds would come down in price anytime soon. And I don't think they're particularly spiking or anything either.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just kind of steadily climbing by $10 or so every couple weeks.
1,100 budget. I think a lot of legacy decks are around that value. Or maybe I think like 1,500 is kind of average, so maybe that's considered budget. I don't know.
Tireless Tracker. Gonna do some tracking of tires. Or cars without tires. Is that what it is?
Sure.
He tracks things that are tireless.
Oh, that's awesome, Ingenuity.
That's like the 4th different tireless pun I've tried to make.
You're doing great. Look how many people are noticing and appreciating them.
You're doing great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. It's a budget version of lands. Okay, Jerlo. Yeah.
Ooh, he discarded a Dark Depths.
Yeah, he did.
Pass the turn. Surgical?
No, you don't Surgical while there's one in play. Because you Surgical them and the one in play gets to stick around.
And Life Alone gets it back.
Yep.
You just eat that one.
Yeah, you can just eat that one, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Let's get rid of Tireless Tracker.
Abruptly. He chuckles at that, guys. Chuckles at that? Come on.
I didn't know it was about my approval.
That's all I have to go off of. I can't hear chat chuckling at any of these silly. Oh man. HC Fox. Clown!
Clown. Oh, it's Captain QC.
Oh, yeah. Captain. Sorry, HC Fox.
Have you been to clown school?
Apologies. We're still going. This is still happening. I think Paul could have won like 14 turns ago.
Oh, it's under 1K? Yeah, then it's probably worth it. Because then next year you could get another bonus and just get your tabby. Or something like that. Or your tax return or whatever.
Yeah. Ooh, Paul's playing with a Richardon port now. That's a new addition to this. I've seen it in lands, right?
There's been a Richardon port on the board the whole time.
Really?
It is his board.
Okay.
Literally, it's his mat. I'm sorry. I'm just not you, okay? Oh, one tag it? Okay.
The Loam haters everywhere are pulling for Corey. All right. Is that like me and no one else? Is that what you're saying, Drilo?
Yeah, no ports in your build, for sure.
Yeah, Paul's been playing without ports for months.
Mm-hmm. Paul's been switching it up quite a bit lately.
Look at this. Paul is down to 3 life. Okay. He still has a blocker, a time walk in Baleful Strix.
Yep.
You like the Ghost Quarter version better than the Richard and Port version?
Nikos, I agree with you.
So one of the really nice things about these Tuesday night legacy things here is it's not expensive. Is it $5? $10 entry.
Yep.
And there's a decent pack payout.
Yeah.
But it allows you to test things out, see what you like. How does
you
Ghost
get
Quarter
you get
work?
4 rounds that, and like people can get store credit in our store, and legacy players really appreciate that because they don't care for standard cards,
right.
And
so you can play for free practically, right?
And you can just kind of go in. There's a lot of players who kind of do go infinite with store credit, and then not only that, but we have a lot of the singles they need to continue to mess with legacy decks.
Strix is dead. I'm very wrong. Okay, so my point being though, that if you want to try out a port or two or see what those do, or Josh and his Miracles deck and switch it up every week and change whether you're playing Soothsaying or not, you can. It's easy to do. You can get actual testing of variety.
We're going to Surgical now? Oh, he's Surgicaling to get more instants and sorceries into the graveyard. Yeah, he's just doing this to get a Death Rite activation.
Okay. Surgical number 2. That's enough. And 2 Death Rite Shamans.
Yep.
Should get there, right?
And he...
Unless I'm missing something.
Yeah. He just shows Paul, look, I can get these 2. I know what you have in hand. I know you can't do anything. I'll activate both of my Death Rite Shamans and kill you. And Paul says, that'll do.
Game 3 with about 0 time left on the clock. About 3 minutes left on the clock.
Oh boy. And the other match is obviously over.
Yeah.
Because Josh plays Miracles like a madman.
The control deck ended faster than this match.
Yep. I'd say this 4-color deck is a control deck, though.
So, okay, for a little while, Paul was playing around Edict, right? Otherwise, he could have just made a 2020.
I think he lost because of it.
And yeah,
that's the point you were.
He lost.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'll steal everything from Bryce.
That's great.
Bryce, here, go for it.
I was just like really. Yep, he lost. I'm like,
I agree. I think he should have been a little more aggressive.
That's fabulous. Oh man. So, okay. Yep.
Next time Bryce starts talking, I'm just gonna be like, mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh.
Killer commentary, Bryce. Paul lost.
Oh man.
Knocking it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Game 3, quick. Fast speed magic. Deciding to keep very quickly. Neither of these players... Well, no. Paul can end the game really fast. He can win on turn 0. He didn't. Corey, not so much. No. Corey needs a few more turns than Paul, probably.
This is a good start, though.
Yeah. Fetch at end of turn.
Get a Taiga thing.
How did you know?
It's almost like I've watched this deck a couple times.
The Misty Rainforest gets a Mountainy Forest.
Hmm?
Yep. Flavor win.
It's a Ghost Quarter. Oh, look, he has ports and quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he has a mix of them. Upkeep, tap down your Underground Sea. Looks like this is going to be a draw.
Yeah, not the quick start from.
Ooh, okay.
He has to take Life of the Loam.
And he has Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, yeah.
Okay. That's one of those, haha, you got me with your Thoughtseize. You didn't want to Thoughtseize.
If Paul has a couple more turns, he actually could finish this off. I don't think Corey has any way to interact with
so
these.
That timer we just heard was 5 minutes? Is that what that was? Or was that time in the round?
Maybe time. I'm not sure.
Okay. Sorry, I interrupted you again.
Again.
Yeah. It should have been time in the round. So this should be turn 0 right here.
Paul lost. That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Oh look, Thespian Stage. I wonder what's going to happen next turn.
The stage is going to copy Tropical Island. That's what H.C. Fox said. He guaranteed it.
H.C. Fox says lands as the control deck Legacy deserves.
Is it?
Are you saying that Legacy doesn't deserve good control decks? I'm confused.
You always go to time, so you get to play the most Legacy. That's what Perry says.
Okay, they did put a die up by a life total. I can't see what that says.
Just out of screen.
Yeah,
it's counting. There isn't enough Overwhelming Splendor. Somebody's playing it, but
this is Nilla. I totally agree.
Who's playing Overwhelming Splendor?
My roommate Trace. He's playing that today.
Yeah, Patrick says this.
I know there isn't enough Overwhelming Splendor. It's kind of an issue.
I'm pretty sure that Overwhelming Splendor needs to be foil and somehow light up.
We actually had a foil one in the store, and I came across it, and I was like, no, I don't need this. And then Brian's like, no, it's a gift. It's yours. And I went, okay. And I don't know where it got put.
Oh, no. We brought Knicks to GP Jersey, went 2-1-1.
In a side event with some tweaks?
Was it fun?
This is Nilla. I would love to see the tweaks you have.
Yeah.
You should, if you have like a list on Goldfish or something like that, you should send us a whisper. I'd love to see. But that's awesome. 2-1-1's not even bad. Something about the paper version, it is you shuffle a lot. Like it, I understand why you had a draw. It takes a while to win. You're shuffling all the time. It just takes a lot of time to play your match. On Moto, it's much easier because you're not shuffling.
And it is a legitimate answer. Knicks Fit isn't a legitimate answer to lands. I had a game where my opponent surgical extracted my Rectors like a jerk, and so I Lingering Souls twice.
And you just beat him
for the win. Yeah. Yeah, I almost scooped and went to game 3, and I'm like, let's see how this works out. Drew Lingering Souls, and then another turn later, drew another Lingering Souls. And figured out that was a winning strategy.
When people play Miracles and draw, you're bad at top. When people play Knicks Fit and draw, I get it, man. You just shuffle a lot.
Correct.
Echo, that's more or less exactly what I was saying. I actually had to play, or I played Knicks Fit against HC Fox's Manifest Destiny the other day, and we actually did draw. Game 2 took like over 30 minutes to complete. It was brutal. I top decked something like 8 lands in a row, and my opponent just like drew all their Phyrexian Dreadnoughts and no Stifles, and just like had no way to get it into play. It was hilarious.
So here's a Baleful Strix. This is going to slow down Paul's ability to win super quick.
Yep.
It buys
second one.
Strix.
You got a whisper? Heck yes.
I couldn't hear it.
I You couldn't hear it?
It's too quiet.
Yeah, 3 leap. 3 leap.
Uh-huh.
This is actually that's actually something I've been thinking about. This is Noah. I'll talk about it more after this match is done.
We had 3 leap and we upped our
decay
count for it. All right, there goes the Dark Depths. They're getting extracted by a dentist. I haven't come up with a better pun for surgical extraction than dentistry. Sorry, guys.
Exile some things. Shouldn't matter too much.
Turn 3. So he attacks here. Ooh, he goes and finds a punishing fire. That's my guess. Is that correct? I don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like we're going to find out.
Your board needs some work, or our board needs some work?
Both. This is very similar to our board.
Yep.
Yeah, we're aware, Nilla. Like for sure. We haven't quite figured out what the board needs to be yet.
I think Choke and Bitter Blossom leave, and I'm not sure if Ground Seal ever is good enough.
It might not be.
Attack for 2020. What
What
did he discard with Campbell?
Forest.
Turn 4. Can Corey deal 17 points of damage right here?
I think he's going to try. No, I don't think he's going to try. I think he's going to take the draw.
Yeah, he just needs to leave up any sort of counter magic for... I don't know if he has any counter magic for Punishing Fire.
He very easily could die.
I think yeah, Thoughtseize doesn't help here either. Like, you could Thoughtseize out the Punishing Fire if that's what we got, but... he just would Punishing Fire in response.
Well, he doesn't have red mana. And that would be a perfect time for a Thoughtseize.
Oh, he doesn't have any red mana. So Corey could have Snapcastered Thoughtseize right there.
Oh, he found a Jace. Does he have Jace land? He does.
So, yep, that does it. He has the Death Red if nothing else, huh?
Yeah,
that works.
I dare say this is even like...
We're all like, how does he get a draw? What is the line to get a draw here?
Jace bounced the token. Lol GG. Yep.
My 2020 Indestructible goes back to your hand.
And there are no more Dark Depths in the deck.
It wouldn't be a Paragon Stream without a draw.
Nope. It wouldn't surprise me if Paul conceded to Corey after that happens. There are ways that Paul can still win this.
What did he go get? I didn't actually get to see the bunch.
I don't know.
So that was turn 5. This is turn 6. And we see cards that do things.
Yeah, I imagine Corey's gonna ask for a concession. I know.
So?
I would. Once I've demonstrated a winning position, I'll usually ask.
It's Punishing Fire versus Dark Depths at that point.
Let's take a look at this real quick.
This is
Nilla's list. So the only difference between our list and his is there's a third evolutionary leap, which actually I have been talking about this for the last little bit. Nilla, like, I actually do think there needs to be 3. We've had 2 and it's not enough. Mm-hmm. But I like the 2 Garrick. I like everything that's going on here. These are all the same numbers.
We have
3 Lingering Souls. Okay, so you dropped a Lingering Souls for a leap. I like that a lot. And a second library. Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure Choke and Bitter Blossom come out. We've added a Reclamation Sage to the sideboard.
And it's been really good. The Reclamation Sage has.
It's a card that you can Green Sun Zenith for, and it answers
a lot of things.
What's the main thing that we're looking to answer with the Rec Sage? There's a particular card.
There's a specific card?
Yeah,
I thought it was just generally good.
Oh, like a Leyline of the Void.
Oh, sure.
If they
Rest in Peace. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rest in Peace, Leyline of the Void. Those cards hurt. Makes you so you can't do the things you want to do.
Yeah, you can leap into it. It's and it's not like it's a May ability, so it doesn't have to kill your big enchantments. We need to get on the ramming up excavator train with this deck. Why are Wreckers that expensive?
It was like a one-of card in Commander.
Yeah, Nikos actually, like, we talked about this at the beginning of the stream. They're that expensive literally because we accidentally 5-0'd with this deck. And then MTG Goldfish started playing it, and Caleb D played it, and then it got really expensive after that. So for everybody who wanted to play this deck, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they were.
But I did tell people to buy them when they were affordable. At 25.
Yep.
I told people that. I'm pretty sure that there is actual video evidence that you could find on YouTube that says, hey, you should probably buy these. It can't hurt.
Yeah, if you click over here to paper, look at that. The deck is really affordable. It's got what, a couple dual lands. Most of them are pretty cheap.
Yeah, they're not too expensive. That and the Bayous are very usable in other places. Yeah. And actually, like, there's a couple other decks.
We don't have 2 libraries in our list. We have Third Abrupt Decay, I believe.
Yep. I think this is fine. Oh. You got yours this weekend for 25-30? That's fantastic. Yeah. Excellent.
It's just recently when they popped. Yeah, I was going to get some too, Captain QC. I didn't. I should have.
Rector spiked yesterday? Okay. That's crazy. And 2 were Italian. You get the ones you get.
I'm going to go back over here. There we go.
Ooh, Brian. Okay.
Nathan versus Josh. I'm pretty sure that's what we have to watch.
That's Fairies versus Miracles? Oh, is he still on Fairies?
No, Nathan's playing a blue-red Delver. So your choice.
This spike might come down. If it does, then I suggest getting them because this Nyx Fit deck seriously is like one of the most fun things to play.
It certainly might come back down to like 40 or 50, but I don't think it's coming back.
I don't think it's ever going back to 25.
Okay, let's update round 3 here. Here we
go. Nate has been playing Fairies.
Yeah, he went and a bajillion with it, and I think he's done playing it for a while.
You think he is done?
Yeah, I think he went like 2 and 12 or something.
So I'm not sure what he's playing, but I do know for sure that we have lands versus
Food Chain. Well, what's that? Yeah, he's on a blue-red Delver. So we have Josh on Miracles versus blue-red Delver. And he kind of... It's not necessarily a stock list. I saw him messing with it. No, Delver. But...
Nate's on Delver?
Yeah. Change...
Oh.
Corey. It's not Corey anymore.
Nope, it's Brian. Not even Brain.
Chaining some food. This is
Griffin. What does he call it?
He calls it
food Griffin, food something.
It changes every week.
Fine. It's
so Brian here, who streams with me on Mondays and Wednesdays, and you on Fridays, and wears a pirate hat thing.
Yep, that's Brian.
He has a Food Chain deck.
Yes.
So if you haven't watched our stream before, this happens often.
Yeah, it's pretty and foily, and honestly, this is a deck that's really entertaining to watch. Like, I thoroughly enjoy watching Food Chain.
You played Force of Will, Chalice, Fluster Storm, and Cunning Wish in the same deck today, and your win condition was Dark Depths. I like it.
Oh, Gryffindor. Where's the door?
You called it Gryffindor?
Hold on. I'm going to ask him.
Okay. Paul forgot to sideboard. D-sideboard. That's what's happening right here, I believe. I hope we didn't draw already. Did we? That's weird. Okay. There's some sideboard cards.
Brian says that his deck is absolutely called Gryffindor.
The doors between the stack and the egg.
I want it to be 10 points for Gryffindor.
10 points for Gryffindor.
10 PTS Gryffindor.
Okay.
That's the number 4.
Griffin 4. Griffin. What? Oh, 10 points 4. We need the number 4 between 10 points and Griffin.
Oh, sorry.
This Griffin door. Everybody knows exactly what Brian's playing now. It's not Food Chain, guys. It might play Food Chain, but it's.
I love it. I like asking for a name, and he just starts giggling. Like you guys have all. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard Brian just start giggling before. He's like, "Oh man," and I'm like, somebody called it Gryffindor, and he's like, "Yes."
Now, if you could get a name like this to stick,
10 points for Gryffindor.
Yeah. We have Dead Guy Ale and Nick Fit, and 10 points for Gryffindor.
The door is between the stack and exile. Love it. All right. That Mox Diamond thing. That Wooded Foothills thing.
Very fetching.
I'll give you that one.
No, it was bad. No.
All right, we got Taiga. 2 mana on turn 1. Completely fair.
His giggling is a freaking.
Oh, it is so funny. All right, Life from the Loam. Get my things back. It's a Maze of Ith. And Wooded Foothills.
So Paul played 4 things, pretty much. Brian gets to do 2 things.
Right. Something interesting though. I've talked to Brian a decent about Magic in general, and this is actually a pretty good matchup for him. Like he says that lands is like one of his most comfortable matchups for Food Chain.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. What's really cool about the Food Chain deck is that while you're playing it, it can look like a lot of different decks. Just off the bat, he's fetched a basic island and played Ponder. That's a start for a ton of legacy decks.
Right.
But not only that, but he's got like Baleful Strixes, Deathrite Shaman.
It's a Sultai mid-range deck.
Yes.
With a combo in it.
Right. But like he's had opponents where game 3 he goes, okay, Food Chain, and the opponent goes, I had no idea you were on Food Chain, and they didn't board correctly. They had nothing to beat a combo at all, any combo.
Right.
And next thing you know, the game's just over. And the deck still has the ability to just mid-range the game out. Yep. Here's a Verdant Catacombs. I imagine this is going to get a basic Swamp.
He likes to get basics. Brian is in the habit of getting basics as often as possible. It's a foil, unstable. I just went through all of the unsets in my head before I got there.
Yeah, I was with you.
Unstable Swamp.
He's a little upset because he bought a foil island. So he already has a foil island from Unstable, and he was talking to somebody about getting one, and then the person ended up not showing up, and then when he contacted him, the person had already sold it. And Brian's like, what the heck? So now he doesn't have all of his matching on lands.
You want Kyer to tell him that his mismatching cards is disgusting. You want this guy, Okay, the guy who has like a totally mismatched gen deck. Yeah, that makes sense.
Your altars are my basics in that deck, so settle down.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Hey, it's a food chain.
Look at that.
I don't think Paul has an answer to this.
Nope. He's going to exile his Strix, getting 3 blue mana. He's going to use that to play Trinket Mage and get a Walking Ballista.
That's neat.
And I imagine the game is going to end in just a moment.
Wait, you're right, Chris.
You should do it.
It was really loud. Just yelled at me.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. It's a foil Walking Ballista, which... Nope, not even going to go there.
The other day, he was looking at this deck, and he goes, these revised duels, they're just not enough. And I looked at him, and I go, they're multi-$100 cards. Why aren't they enough? And he goes, yeah, good point. And just like, just done right there.
They're not beta, is what they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Trinket Mage, food changed into a Deathrat Shaman.
Yep.
Just what you expect. Deathrat Shaman, food changed into a Belfast Strix. This is fun. I haven't yet to see actually him do this, where he's food chaining all of the little creatures instead of the comboing with the Griffins or
he's looking for a Manipulate Fate or a Mishollow Griffin or an Eternal Scourge.
A Scourge. That's the card. Eternal. Grabber. Because it's Eternal format.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to let those go away and pass the turn. So he has the Walking Ballista. Okay.
Yep. Crop rotation says, I've got a Dark Depths. Paul makes a 20/20. And he may just have the Punishing Fire in hand.
Yep, and if he does, the game will be over. Brian did his best to go off right there and didn't quite get there. Nope.
He doesn't have our cool Merit Lage.
It's actually on the table.
He likes to use his item.
Because the camera can't see it at all and it looks silly.
Right? It's all like wavy.
Yeah. It's dumb. Look, gamble.
What's he gonna get?
What do you think he's gonna get?
Life. What do you guys think? Anybody? Alpha? You want him to get alpha duels? I think that's incorrect.
Alpha or bust?
I'm pretty sure you saved the
he busts.
duels for people that really want to complete a set of alpha.
Yeah.
Alright, of the 95 cards in Paul's hand.
Yeah, he's gamble. Paul is really taking chances.
Yeah. What's going to happen? We have a...
Pick the good one, Brian.
Pause. That one. Very officially. Pointed at one. Touched it.
Kaboom. What if Hills?
That's definitely what he gambled for.
Vintage Master loves his alpha duels.
Huh. He found a punching fire.
I don't think he would be a very good Vintage Master if he didn't.
Really? You could be a decent Vintage Master without alpha duels.
Oh, is the deck list thing still up on the screen? Is it really?
That's annoying. Yeah. There. Click here.
Ha! Sorry guys. I had no idea the Stream Decker was still up from earlier today.
We had yesterday. We had the person who coded Stream Decker in chat with us, and he was telling us how we can have the extension and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it worked really well earlier today.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, we just deactivated it. Shiny things. Yeah, it is really cool. We've been doing Moto streams earlier in the day, and that's been really good for us.
Let's see what's happening on table 2.
Counterbalance things.
We have counterbalancing versus, it's not Steven, it's this is Nate. Nate on blue-red Delver. If you want to change that. And this is round 3. And it's probably game 1.
I'm not sure.
They finished food chain pretty quickly.
I think so.
Oh, and it's the end of something.
Josh gets that one? Looks like.
Probably. Got a pretty good lock there with. Look at that! That was a blue-red god.
Keranos.
Keranos from Josh. I have not seen a Keranos in any of Josh's lists.
Captain QC, I'll point it out next time we do an MTGO stream. Pretty much all it is though is a little tab that comes off the side of the screen that you can click on, and it'll give you a deck list of what we're playing. Yeah, it was a hasty concession.
There was a Locust God? There wasn't a Locust God.
No, it was a Keranos. You said blue-red god. That's why he said Locust God.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
You're playing one Keranos in Miracles too? I actually haven't seen. It's been up until very recently that Josh has been testing red in the Miracles deck. He doesn't usually.
Maybe next time, Locust God.
Darn you, Keranos.
Yeah, I'll ask him if he wants to test out the Locust God in his Miracles build.
Yeah, he typically he's been playing blue-white for a while, but just recently he's got the Blood Moons in the sideboard, and he's got a Keranos in main deck. It looks like. Typically, he would try to use Gideon or Jace as the win cons, and like maybe Mentor.
It's not horrible. It's not as good as Keranos, but
no. You had to look it up. You're like, what does this card do?
It's a very standard card. All right, here we are in the very exciting, fun. I've got a pile of cards. You've got a pile of cards. We've got sleeves. Very, very exciting. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen what Josh's list is exact. His exact 75. And if Keranos is main, that's kind of...
Yeah, Vintage Master, I think he's running something very similar. I think it is just one Vulcan, one Mountain.
We have Shiny Things and we have Vintage Master. So one of them plays with Alpha Duels and the other one just plays with
Shiny Things.
Shiny Things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guessed right. Okay.
Still shuffling.
So much shuffling.
The other guys are shuffling too. Ooh, Altar Duels. With like a little bit of shininess to the altar.
Vintage Master likes his foils as well. So they're shiny.
There you go. That's what we need to do. I have yet to see a non-foil that's been altered to be foil that I thought was
good looking,
good enough to rate. I've seen some really nice foils that have been altered.
Okay, let's see if Brian can get some griffins going. Yeah, and the chaining and the griffin things and the food and
what happens if he loses? Then does Gryffindor lose 10 points?
Yes,
10 points from.
Then I remove the space between the dash and the 10 points and becomes minus 10 points for Gryffindor.
Okay, here we go. Magic.
Yes, magic.
Brian's going to be on the play. Island. Go.
Grove of the Burnt Willows. Search for Escanta has been good despite the Nombo with Back to Basics. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you don't have to flip it. That's a good point.
I think Josh is on a 2-0 search. Search, yeah.
It is a good card.
Brainstorm into Brainstorm. These are the Mercadian Mask foil Brainstorms.
Yeah. Brian's got the pretties.
They're really pretty ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything over 2 searches is probably a lot.
Josh and I were gonna do we're gonna. That's some clear speaking right there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Josh and I were going to do a Miracles Magic Online stream. We haven't yet done that. I'm not sure when that's gonna happen.
I wanna say that he said that he wanted to do that for our 24-hour stream.
As part during the stream. Cool.
Yeah. We're not sure about that yet, but that'd be great.
He definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to Miracles.
Yes.
No more back to basics for you guys, for either of you. Interesting.
Something else interesting about Search for Azcanta. Even Brian plays it in Food Chain.
He just has a 1-of though.
Yep, does a 1-of. But he says that Search is absolutely amazing. All right, we have a manipulate. Okay. First a Brainstorm.
Brainstorm number 3.
Then maybe we can manipulate some Fate. Am I saying Josh is actually God? I am not saying that.
Because he's
but
good with miracles.
I might be implying that.
Because he's good with miracles, and so he's... Maybe not God, but like a saint. Because saints perform miracles.
God has nothing to do with that.
No. Right, yeah.
Just the saints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's how they get sainthood.
No.
See? 10 points for Gryffindor. What?
Yeah. It's Food Chain. Thanks for ruining it, Bryce.
You're welcome. Woo! I did it.
Somebody had to. Josh, demigod of Dirtle. Look at this.
Siggy, he wanted it to be called 10 points for Gryffindor because everybody knows it's Food Chain.
Definitely Food Chain. You can see it. It's on the board. I could use my found it button
Does he
to
actually
show
get to
you.
chain some food this time?
He has Manipulate Fate. Does he have the payoff? That's the question. Alright, let's get rid of Averting Catacombs. Let's cast this Manipulate Fate thing. Well, Strix first. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Shows what I know.
You guys ready? It's about to happen. We're almost going to chain some food. Or give
so close.
Points to Gryffindor. What?
Or give points to Gryffindor.
I'm not sure what we do now.
All the mana you get from Food Chain, those are the points that you get for Gryffindor.
But you get like infinite mana, and this is 10 points for Gryffindor.
Yep, and then you end the game and Gryffindor wins.
You can only make a 10-10 food blocking ballista because it's called 10 points for Gryffindor.
That's not how
he specified he wanted a 4 for the 4. He wanted a number 4.
He did. Yep, he said that.
Crop rotation rotates crops. So you switch your corn for soy, and that translates to a thespian stage.
Yes.
Not sure how that works.
Yeah, he needs to go off very, very quickly. He does have the Manipulate Fate to go off a lot of the way, but he still needs Walking Ballista. Oh, he has the Edict.
That was diabolical.
This is Diabolic Edict. Yeah, that hurts. Okay. You can hear him giggling outside.
that was a good impression. Whoa.
I've been around him a lot, okay? He's both my boss and one of my closest friends. All right.
Hey, look, Life Alone just gets it right back. Yeah, and 3/3 flyers that. Yep.
Well, now not playing the Manipulate Phase.
He Force of Willed, pitching a Griffin, which is free.
Yep.
He Force of Willed the Life of the Loam. And eat the Life of the Loam.
Yep. E2. he's actually in a position where he could grind out this game quite easily.
Oh yeah, or he could just win whenever he wants to.
Griffith's other basic, nope.
Lock, exile, attack, X2, exile, recast. Sounds like way too much work. There's like 5 steps there. No, just 4.
Just 4. Attack times 2.
But yeah, that's the 5th one. There's 2 attacks.
Yep.
I think that's what he did.
Yep. He ate some food.
I'm not sure, but I think so.
He got some points for Gryffindor. Now he just needs to use those points to win.
Because there's Griffin. Because they're Mistile Griffins. Is that why?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you really just getting that? Okay. Oh. Oh, Griffin. Gryffindor. Oh. Yeah, that was fantastic. I don't even care if I'm the only one who thinks so.
Dot dot dot. What is dot 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 dot? What is the word for that?
Annoyed?
No, there's an actual like literary term. Does anybody in chat know? The ellipsis. Ellipsis. Dot dot dot. That's what he just did.
Okay.
Now we know. There.
Yeah, Jay Winter knows.
Jay knew. Thank you.
Earthathilan knows.
There's like
They
a
all
lot
know.
implied when you
Gotcha.
dot 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 there. Like,
It means things and
it
stuff.
means a lot more than what he just said. Like, there's tone. There's a little bit of sarcasm laid in with that tone.
Yep.
There's cards are being put all over the place.
So
Life of Loam. There we go.
while as long as there's a Griffin and there's a food chain on the board, the 2020 is never getting through this. You can just leave up a Griffin, block with a Griffin, sack it while it's blocked, and then just recast it. Like it just keeps happening.
Brian just manipulates those Griffins right into play. He also went and found another manipulate and got it out of his library.
Yeah, and due to how the combo works, you get infinite mana, so you can exile these and play them after they've attacked. So it's almost like they have vigilance. I mean, they're a different instance of the card, but still.
It's neat. So he's going to untap his Eternal Scourge and then pass the turn.
Yep, he just gets to win by attacking instead of blocking Ballista.
Oh, and you get a draw card off Manipulate Fate.
Yes.
That's neat.
You get to draw 3 cards, and then you get to draw a card.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost as good as Life of the Loam Gamble.
Almost. Pretty close.
So yeah, Brian's definitely shortcutting there, but there isn't really. It's just a vocal. I'm going to exile these creatures, get a whole bunch of mana that I can use to cast creature spells, and put out Weevil.
This is the nice thing about paper Magic. You get to demonstrate a loop.
Yes, on Magic Online, there's a lot of clicking that goes into all this.
Which is funny. He has this deck in Bomberman online,
Right.
and I'm just like, Brian, what is it with you and clicking?
He's sped up the clicking and figured out a way to click fast when it comes to food chain. But still, sometimes when you need to make a 21-21 walking ballista, it takes a long time.
It really does. But every time I see him do it, though, he can do it in like he can kill somebody in about 2 minutes of his clock.
I think to get a 21-21, it was something like 4.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's bad.
1-1 for food chain. I mean, 10 points for Gryffindor versus lands.
Look, search for Azcanta.
We might find it.
And a Delver. Oh, we might.
So this is our backup match. We are in game something? Game 2 or 3 here?
There's a counterspell. No more Delvers.
No more checklist cards.
No more checklist cards. Whatever that was.
No.
It
was a Delver.
is a Delver.
No more Delvers. Whoa.
That's in the library
Whoa.
somewhere.
Cards are flying all over the place.
And it's like, don't worry about it. Settle down.
I'm putting multiple lands into play.
What the heck just happened?
I'm going to fetch for this volcanic and spell snare something simultaneously.
That was beautiful.
Part of the resolution of that fetch land.
I cast Spellster from my deck.
Here's a True Name Nemesis, and blue-white control has absolutely no way to ever deal with... Oh, there's a Terminus in this deck, huh? Oh,
Found it.
Nate's fetches are really strong. Yeah, the volcano exploded. I like it. It erupted. Here's another island. And a spell snare.
They spell snare. Get 2 lands.
One found it.
One found it.
Yep. Goodness. I can't believe you still get so much excitement about that.
It's going to get worse.
Oh, no. Oh.
Whoa.
This is the old hold your lands and think about it for a moment.
They like paused there, and
Yeah.
I thought we like froze.
I'm gonna predict and Snapcaster Mage.
That's game.
True Name Nemesis attacks. Here, let's hold here for just a second. See if they're gonna play another game. Yeah, they're resetting dice to 20, so they're on to game 3.
Nice. Hopefully we'll have another game to watch after this one.
And we're gonna go back to 10 points for Gryffindor versus
Lands. Land things.
What's a good name for the deck that's playing Hogwarts?
Lands in multiples.
Because it has a tabernacle. It kind of looks like.
We're not going to theme it all.
Oh, sorry. Just lands.
Nate took Josh's name in vain and won. How could he?
His true name, though. Not just his name.
He's the nemesis of the true name.
So Josh is the. I don't know how that works.
Is it the true name nemesis, or is it the true
We're
names
getting way too
nemesis?
Too deep.
Exploration.
Let's go explore.
Think he's going to play another land? I think he is.
Brian's gonna think about this.
Ooh, Force Pitch Griffin. There you go.
Yep. If you leave forces in, you force exploration. That's
Yes.
what you do versus
Absolutely.
lands. And so, just to reiterate one more time, forcing and exiling a Mistral Griffin is pretty much free because that card is still playable.
It costs you 1 life. That's, yeah.
Yep.
Sphere of Resistance doesn't actually stop comboing because all the spells cost more than 3. But this is still obnoxious for
No,
Brian.
Sphere is all spells cost 1 more.
Oh, all spells cost 1 more. I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
Transfere.
So
My
this
bad.
is actually annoying.
Yeah, this is definitely annoying. I think he's played against Paul enough to know that he needs to bring in things for stuff like this. Because this is Land's answer to combos, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brian knew Sphere of Resistance was a strong possibility. Because resistance.
Resistance.
That's a. I'm sure there's a Star Wars thing there somehow.
Somewhere. Let chat find it.
We'll hope the resistance survives. I haven't seen it enough times to know. Sorry, guys. All right, Paul's got lands in his hand and a couple of cards that interact with lands.
I see a Tabernacle. I see a basic forest. I see a Crop Rot. Another
like a Punishing Fire.
Schadenport? Question mark.
Brian's shuffling, and then before he finished shuffling, he went and shuffled some more.
Yep,
that was neat.
Ooh,
answer.
I think he's saying Sphere of Resistance is going to die
abruptly.
He tapped 3 mana. Does he have a Croson Grip?
He has to pay 1 more for the Sphere of Resistance.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, abruptly. Okay. Shows how often I watch Sphere of Resistance be played.
Mm-hmm. Port taps a forest.
Mm-hmm. Labeled.
Okay.
Sure.
That's the thing. It definitely cares. Port cares about Levold, right?
It does.
Tap your land, draw a card.
Oh boy. That's right. Oh boy.
Here's where Brian pays for Levold. Upkeep. Like that. Now here's a question. In high level competitive Magic, can you do what Brian's just done? Can you just put a land underneath the creature and say, this is permanently paying for this?
As long as you have said to as long as your opponent is in agreement of this is when it's actually getting tapped, I don't think it's too big of a problem, but I don't think at a high level tournament Brian would do this.
I've seen it done on at like GPs and stuff. I'm just going to set this over here, leave it tapped.
As long as you've explained things to your opponent, you have to acknowledge it every upkeep. So yeah, as long as you say something verbally, I'm pretty sure it's okay.
And yet, when players are trying to speed up, I doubt that they're acknowledging it every upkeep. Maybe they are. I'm saying upkeep, pay a cost.
A new sphere of resistance. And now he's got a search for Azcanta and a Sylvan Library. Kind of a nombo with Sylvan Library and Leovold. Or no, Leovold's his opponents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it looked like he pointed at it like it wasn't going to work, and I'm like...
Oh, no, I think that was him acknowledging the upkeep cost.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we talked about this earlier. If the Leovold was on the other side, definitely. You don't use the Sylvan Library then.
Right.
But here it's great.
Yeah, Leovold's other players.
He gets to scry and then Sylvan Library. He just saw 4 cards. Attack for 3.
I'm gonna pay 2 for a build.
And you gotta pay 1 more somehow there. There's 1 more. There we go.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought he was fetching to pay 1 more.
Yeah, he got it. A little late, but it's there. He'll draw a card off of Baleful Strix and then pass the turn. Brian's like, let me stop. Jeez, I need to shuffle.
All right, shuffle. Draw 4 Strix.
Oh, did you draw first and then fetch? Maybe he did.
There's 2 upkeeps. Strix should just cost 3. HG Fox.
You can't have 2 mana automatic 2-for-1s. That's unfair.
Yeah, you get a draw card and it has Flying Touch. That's not right.
Yeah.
That's okay because Plane Chase doesn't matter.
Right.
And so you can print whatever you want there.
So they printed it in Eternal Masters. We're just gonna ignore that too.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that's what they did. I don't know that they were acknowledging whether it would be the pointer.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that dark flipped card. So what? He's playing with a smoked back sleeve on
Captain QC. I almost missed it. Thank you so much.
Kyre, the pointer.
The pointer.
This is important.
The pointer.
Oh! Is Brian gonna remember a trigger?
Oh, we unfound it.
Did he not remember the trigger? Oh no! That was a wasteland that just took out a search for an Azcanta, and Leovold did not draw a card.
That's what I call value on Paul's side. And there is a Dark Depths on the board. And then it's just gone.
Whoops. Okay, here we are.
Attack for 3.
So Paul's got the Dark Depths. He doesn't at the moment have stage in play.
No,
he could have crop rotation.
Yeah, there is a crop rotation in hand,
which is the same as it being in play. And Paul's going to decide if he. So this is why the Strix is not attacking here, right?
Yep.
Goes to 5. Does Brian have a Force of Will? He does not.
Nope. Brian's a player who regularly boards out Force of Will. But, I mean, obviously we saw it on turn 1.
Yep.
I'm not sure how many he kept in.
Tapping things, sacrificing things, making a 20/20.
No edict.
Lock. It looks like Paul's got Punishing Fire in hand.
What is this?
Ooh.
Baleful Strikes. Draw a card.
So, if he does have Punishing Fire in hand, he should have used it right there, right?
He needs Punishing Fire and Red Source too. To
He
kill
could've-
both?
He could have just end of turned it. Right, we'll get there eventually. Fuck. Oh, whoa. Well, that 2020 almost just died to Death Touch. But it's indestructible.
Yeah, he could have cast Griffin. I think he wanted the card draw more, because he just found a food chain.
Okay.
Which does work super well with blocking Merit Lage forever, but he needs multiples to get around Punishing Fire as well. Yep, Abrupt Decay. Get rid of that thing. And now Food Chain's good. Now Strix gets to come in.
So he can Food Chain and then play his Griffin. Okay, so that's in response. So that does it. By Paul responding there with a
Yep.
Punishing Fire on the Strix. Otherwise, Brian would have been able to play the Griffin and the Strix that was in his hand and have out multiple things.
That'll do it for lands.
Lands
will
landed.
be in our finals, and then on our table 2, we still have a match going on.
Game 3 of this URUW match.
This looks like the game is already over.
Because one player has a Jason play.
It's about to get Pithing Needled, but we'll see if Josh has the answer, or maybe Nate's waiting for. Maybe he knew there was a 1-drop on top, or I'm not sure.
It was the Trace Canto that was on top. Jay shows
Something. Search Fast Cantus played.
Okay. Look at that unsigned search.
Yeah, what is that?
Unsigned Jace.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I could give him a Sharpie and just scribble something on there.
You could.
Mate is dead? Ooh, H.G.
Nate's
Fox is calling it.
Nate's very dead.
Let's see if this needle can survive. Ooh.
There's a Price of Progress, a Pithing Needle, a Volcanic Island. What are the other 2 cards? A Surgical Extraction?
This passes it again. Whoa, sorry. I was loud. 3 Exquisite Firecraft right now. Yeah.
Price does 6 to Nate and 2 to Josh.
Price is not brilliant against Miracles. I'm not sure why it's still in the deck. Maybe he doesn't have the sideboard cards he wants. Or maybe we're just hoping to sneak in that extra little damage with it.
Yeah.
Surgical Extraction. Josh isn't even gonna... Oh, okay, there it is. Counterbalance. The way is clear for the Pithing Needle.
Yep. Always Terminus against this deck.
Always? Makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say in most cases always. I guess it depends on your deck.
He's got
when you're trying to win the game with creatures, it's going to be Terminus.
Force of Will, Counterspell, 2 Brainstorms.
That's a hand.
And Snapcaster Mage. I don't think that Pithing Needle is going to resolve.
It does reset the top. There are multiple Brainstorms in hand. He knows this Pithing Needle's not going to get there. Were there 2 Brainstorms in hand?
Yeah. And a post. And a Snapcaster Mage.
And a Pyroblast.
Yeah. Nothing Nate does is getting to play. Except for the Surfer Boost Ray. Ooh, Search for Azcanta. Turned into Azcanta. Azcanta the what? The Ruin? Azcanta something?
The Buried Ruin.
Buried.
The Sunken Ruin. The Sunken Ruin.
Because it's like an island.
Because it done been sunk. Hey, look, I got Bryce to laugh.
Done been sunk.
It done been sunk.
I didn't know that's why it's called that. Okay. This looks like fun. Doesn't ever? Why didn't we watch this, guys? Come on, this is so much fun. Pithing Needle, he's just gonna let it resolve. Oh, you're right. It does 4 damage. Plus, there's a fetch land, so it could do still 4 damage.
Hashtag getting there.
Hashtag nope.
You'll see. You'll all see.
Going to 9. Hey, somebody's following.
Morton Anderson, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Guys, if you're new into chat, give us a follow. Join us for all of the magicking that we do.
Yeah, we do MTGO 5 days a week. We do live Legacy 2 times a week.
You get to hear things like "done been sunk," which is a thing now. Oh,
no, nobody has thought that was weird. Just you.
Just me. Yep. We got multiple. That's 4 non-basics right there, guys.
Yep.
It's still getting countered even if you played it. Actually, he probably would just let it resolve. Okay, you hit yourself for lethal.
New it into chat. Kaya, would you please turn him off? I think he's broken.
New into chat. If you're new into chat. No?
Captain QC, I don't know where the off button is. If this is your first time watching our stream,
yeah,
Legacy, the Azcanta format.
Oh, okay. Here we get a small battle here, where Brainstorm's going to find a 1-drop to put on top. Yep. Oh, it didn't. It didn't find one.
Does he not have another 1-drop in hand?
I think he does.
Let me rephrase what Bryce was trying to say.
Yeah, apparently nobody is new.
If this is
into the chat, I'm with you guys now. Because nobody followed.
If this is your first time watching our stream,
search for off button Canta.
Throw us a follow. Off button.
That done been sunk, Jorgensen.
Nobody's new.
Nobody's new. Yep.
Nope. We just have 55 regulars. Yep, we need a repair guy. Yep. I'll let Brian know. Set up an investment.
Oh, Flusterstorming the Flusterstorm. This is where you have to stack all of the Flusterstorm things, and it just gets really complicated. Magic Online sucks at this.
Yeah.
Where you have to like click one and then click that one and then click this
I'm
one.
I'm going to pay for this one. I'm going to pay for this one. I'm going to pay for this one.
Man, it's dumb.
What decks do we stream on MTGO? We stream a lot of different decks. Just today we streamed the Turbo Depths, and then we did Sneak and Show, and then you guys played some Sneak and Show yesterday.
We did some
Nyx Fit and Sneak and Show.
You've done some Jund.
I did Jund last time. That was a lot of fun.
What are the other decks we have built?
We have.
We built Spanish Inquisition. We haven't actually.
We have Esper Deathblade. We have Kespile.
We built Miracles.
Yeah, we have Miracles.
And we Food Chain, of course.
Yeah. Food Chain, Bomberman.
And if there's a deck you really want us to play, we can make that happen.
We can.
Paul has been begging us to play lands.
Yep.
And the price of exploration is slowly declining online. For some reason, it was really expensive.
It was.
So we might be playing some lands.
Doomsday. We could definitely get Infect. Doomsday is a big question mark. Not only is that deck incredibly hard to pilot, but it's also.
Did
not
Brian
very good.
actually say he'd build it? We could go. Because we haven't built Parfait yet, have we?
No, Brian said that we would play it at some point, but I don't think he's got it built yet.
That might be
We don't have the diamonds.
a 24-hour stream thing.
Maybe.
Tap 3 lands and Fluster doesn't counter Fluster. Yeah, I'm sure there's some flustering going on here that somebody's. Yep. Doomsday. Man, I just watched some Doomsday 2 days ago.
Caleb was playing it.
Yeah, he went like 3-2 or 4-1, was it?
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
I didn't care enough to actually remember what you get with Doomsday.
I can't remember either.
You get tendrils.
Thought you won with Laboratory Maniac.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah.
Right. You're either tendriling through Storm or you're lab maniacing and winning that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Act on Impulse is kind of an interesting addition.
Yeah, it is. He said he really liked that one, or when I was watching Caleb.
Nate is getting pretty flustered tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There's Storm, but not.
Good one,
Storm.
Captain QC.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as Bryce's.
I would have. In fact, I think I said something about that. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right, that's the end of round 3. We have one more round of Legacy.
We do.
We're gonna see Lands versus Miracles as our top match, as our undefeatedness.
It's almost like we've seen that matchup before. It's almost like Paul and Josh play like every tournament.
Do you guys want to see? Does anybody actually want to see this modern interpretation of 5-color creatures imported into Legacy? Is that it's not a tuned Legacy deck? It's just,
we have a Nyx Fit deck in the room too. We could always get that one on camera.
yeah,
That'd be sweet if they played against
he's
each other.
not like a solid pilot on it.
No, it's his first time piloting the deck. He's also he's a pretty good player though. It probably wouldn't take him very long to figure it out. Almost, but you didn't attend a clown school. Well, you know what, Captain QC? Not everybody needs to go to school for stuff like that. Some people just have it naturally. Oh, wow. Look, see, Jorgensen may have said what I did. Yeah, some things just come naturally. Look at that.
Yep. We should be right at time.
Cool.
So we should have round 4 starting very soon here. Ooh, we got to see the... go ahead and transition. No, never mind. It's gone. You wanted to see Miracles get ghost quartered off white.
Doesn't happen often. I've heard Paul say many times that it's just not a good matchup for him. Miracles really just needs to counter a couple of things.
All right, Paul versus Josh. As we said, Lands versus Miracles, and then we're gonna have Corey on 4-color versus Nate on the blue-red.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anybody really wants to see. You want to see Nick's fit? Let me see where he's at.
Yeah, we can see. Another Sidus. We actually stream Nick's Fit quite a bit. On MTGO. If you search in YouTube Paragon City Games, you could look back at all of our VODs on it. Yeah, the channel replays, like Jorgensen just said. We have some really good showings with it. We have some bad showings with it, but it was actually my 5-0 that got it noticed. So we do have a 5-0. I want to say it was November 28th. That also so many punts. Yeah, we punt a lot with that deck. It's a hard deck to play.
We'll just leave it like this for now.
Never seen or played any variation of Nick Fit. It is a really cool and fun to play deck. Like,
yeah,
definitely go back and look at some VODs. It's fun. And Sidus, we also do MTGO streams every day.
Yeah.
So
We'll
probably
tomorrow morning.
Probably at least twice a week we'll play Nick's Fit. So
we went 4-1 with Sneak and Show, and so we rewarded ourselves by Nick's Fit.
Yeah, so throw us a follow, and we'll that way you can see when we go live. Nick's Fit's probably our favorite deck
at the moment. It's definitely the it's a fun deck to play, and it's a little bit just enough people haven't seen it that it's fun to stream and show what it can do.
I will say this: it is very different than Enchantress.
Yeah,
because like instead of Enchantress plays off of many different enchantments, whereas Nick's Fit plays with like 4 big enchantments, and the rest is pretty small.
So let's switch to the other match. Which match do you guys? Do you want to see Blue Red Delver versus 4-color, or should we watch the? They want to see the lands, right?
Let's watch finals.
Yeah, lands versus Miracles, the 2 undefeated players today. All right, here we go. Opening hands. Shuffled.
What's the next card going to spike? I don't know, HC Fox. It depends what weird deck I get handed next.
If once we finally start playing Parfait.
Yeah. All right, Glacial Chasm goes to the bin off of Mox Diamond, and then it comes back with Life from Look at that.
Merfolk.
You gonna hand me a Merfolk deck?
That's a hot take right there.
We do not have Merfolk yet, and that is a deck that would be interesting.
Jorgensen's saying that's what's gonna spike. Because Merfolk, there's another Lord being printed, right?
Huh.
Merfolk Assassin. That one.
Tap, destroy target creature with Island Walk. Yeah, I'm not going to make that something.
So you can Lord of Atlantis, give all your guys Island Walk, and then you can kill your own stuff.
Oh, perfect. That'll show them who's... Oh, wait.
Counterbalance. Crop rotation in response. Goodbye, Tabernacle. $1,000 card turned into a...
$50 card.
From the vault. Dark Depths. Seems wrong.
Yeah, looks like that's it. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
Camera focused. There was so much crop rotating the camera couldn't even handle it. It's a might be.
That's exactly what Merfolk needs. Another Lord.
Yeah, my guess is that it won't cost 2. That's just me going out on a limb there.
You're gonna say it's gonna cost 3 or 4?
Yeah, or 6.
Or 6.
Guys, we're printing another Merfolk. All the Merfolk cards spike.
The interesting thing about the Merfolk tokens that are being played right now is that they have hexproof. I wonder if there'll actually be like a Merfolk token generator that makes a bunch of hexproof tokens. That seems really busted.
It's 2020. Life is Loaned. Loaned Shard and Port and 2 non-lands. And Josh doesn't have Source to Plowshares in his hand. That time the 2020 actually got to attack and win.
That was a very quick one.
It was a 2020.
Yeah.
Let's switch over while these guys shuffle.
For sure.
This is our other match. This is Corey. We saw him earlier.
Just started.
Corey's on the right in Josh's spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Whenever you play a Merfolk spell, you get one. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if there actually will be like a better one though, or like a good Merfolk that when it comes into play, it makes a hexproof one, or just something like that. I don't think the enchantment's quite good enough to make modern and legacy lists.
So we're just going to hang out here for a minute while our other matches sideboards real quick. And then we'll jump back to blue-white control versus lands. So here we see Nate on this blue-red Delver. And I don't think it's a stock list, but it might be. This is a deck that's pretty popular in Japan, as I understand right now. It's Blue Red Delver as opposed to like a Grixis Delver.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deck. Captain Casey, good and merfolk don't work in the same sentence. It's like good and Jund.
And this is where you say, but Jund is great. So I've never said it's good. Is that?
Or yeah, I never said that Jund is good.
Merfolk isn't good. Ah, look what Jorgensen
Merfolk
just
isn't
did,
good.
Captain Casey.
You're wrong.
Wow, mind blown.
Look, it works. Here, I can give you another instance of it working. Jund is good. Works perfectly.
I didn't. What? Is Blessed Alliance good enough to sideboard in Blue White Miracles? I don't know if I've seen it in sideboards.
Jerlo, no, I don't think that's really what they want to be doing. Gaining them 20, it's not a big deal. You're gonna win with Jace, or you're gonna win with like a bunch of Entreat tokens or Mentor. Once you kind of have your opponent locked with no cards, them having 20 more life just takes like 2 more turns. It's not a big deal.
I don't think you'd be sideboarding Blessed Alliance versus lands. I don't think that's where you want to be. Some stuff got killed. Some other things didn't get killed.
Yeah. Once you have them locked, okay, cool. It really just doesn't take time. In fact, mostly it doesn't matter what the life total is. Your opponent will just pick up their cards once they realize they can't actually get back into the game.
Brainstorm, some prowess on a Swift Spear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our other match, they are cutting. Gonna draw their first 7. We'll switch over in just a moment.
Yeah, once they've kept,
Attack,
I'll switch
block.
over.
Very exciting stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, creatures attacked, and somebody else blocked, as opposed to a 20/20. Why does it have to be a 20/20? Why couldn't it be like a 11/11? Wouldn't that have been good enough? It would have been good enough.
It probably would have been good enough. I don't actually know if it would seem near that amount of play. All right, let's jump back over here.
Here we are.
All right, so Josh plays a turn 1 Flooded Strand, and now turn 1 for Paul is a Mox Diamond pitching a Wasteland and playing a Rashad Port.
Played a land.
He did. It's actually what lands players do.
Oh. Yeah.
You're not killing me fast enough. Let me shock myself.
I agree. Thoughtseize versus Blue Red Devil.
Yeah, not great.
Counterbalance is going to trigger. Doesn't have anything. It costs 3.
Oh yeah, that might mean he does not have mentors.
Yeah, they come in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Week to week. Or he may have just cited them out, I guess. So he's a disenchant.
Lots of goodies there.
Paul's got a crop rotation in hand here that he obviously can't cast at the moment. He's tapped out. Disenchant the clues. Make a clue. Disenchant.
Got him.
Crack the clue.
You got me.
Crows and Grip. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Titus Tracker? Trigger? There it is. That's a clue.
This clue token.
It's a RK Post clue.
It is.
Or, yeah, it's an actual clue.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! I predict that Josh has a predict in hand that he just revealed.
Here's a gamble. It's not something that Josh really wants to resolve.
And it might just not matter.
It's not going to counterbalance first. Okay, predict.
So Paul is going to, I think he's going to crop rotate right here. Yeah, that's what we're going to see.
I think so.
In response to this predict, so that we'll see. I think Josh knows what's on top of his library, right? So by doing what Josh did right there, he's responding to a gamble with a predict. So he's showing that he doesn't have a 1 on top of his library, right? Because he's wanting to remove what's on top of his library for something that costs 1. And Paul's able to then crop rotate, knowing that he's free, and get a Dark Depths and a whole bunch of crew tokens.
AC Fox thinks that soon lands will be all about having those 10 permanents in play to have the blessing of the city.
Whatever that does.
It's a thing that's going to be a part of the next set.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's going to be like, your creatures get +1/+0.
It actually doesn't do anything by itself. The cards will do something different if you have the blessing. Yeah.
Standard cards.
Yeah.
None of the cards in these decks will do anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a universal. It's not an emblem. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I like
Nick's Fit might get a new toy. Maybe.
Blessing of the City. But you have to play with Ravnica lands if you do that.
No way.
City. Hey! Did you guys see what just happened there? There was a gamble.
And it actually hit Life from the
And it triggered Levelo. That's what he had to discard.
Oh.
That's amazing.
I bet you he even
That's probably the card he
that
gambled
up
for. And I mean, gambles, there's a downside because sometimes you have to discard the card you gambled for. He had to discard that life blow. Critical error.
Nilla, I don't think Nick's Fit is going to get a new toy for a little bit. All of the ones that we got were from Amonkhet block.
I don't know. They might just keep printing more and more expensive enchantments.
Who knows?
This one costs 20, and your opponents can't do anything. Okay.
And then Rector's value just skyrockets.
As soon as you see another 10-drop enchantment, maybe that's the time to buy it.
Your hope is that Charbelcher rises to tier 1 on the back of having 10 goblins in play. I think it can just win with those 10 goblins, HC Fox. I don't think it needs to have the blessing of the city.
Another land, another clue. Let's see. Josh has a Disenchant, Jace, a Snapcaster Mage. This might be another spot where, with Paul made a 2020 now, there, not right now, but at the end of Josh's turn, there wouldn't be much Josh could do about it.
No, it takes a village to win Legacy. Sometimes a city. Yeah, thanks, Fox.
Super clear.
Yep. All those words make sense together.
Sometimes it takes a village.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
City of Traders?
Sometimes a city.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
We're really searching here. Round 4, this is where we start digging for things.
Yep. So now the blessing, we've now established that the blessing of the city comes from the City of Traders. Which is a blessing that really nobody wants.
Because they can't be trusted as to grant.
Yeah.
Do we know what this blessing does? Is that what you're saying? You actually know what the effect does?
No, that's what I mean. It's like the blessing of the city.
Yeah.
It kind of works like the monarch token type thing, or like a player will just have it for the rest of the game. But it, unlike the monarch, it actually doesn't do anything. Here.
And so it's like cards say, if you have blessing,
yes,
then we get to do things. Yeah. You pulled up Blessing of the City. If you Google it, it pulls up like proverbs and things that are absolutely not magic related. Just in case you guys. Oh,
you have to put in MTG.
There we go.
Look at this.
City's Blessing. It doesn't do anything. That's great.
It has
text flavor.
They've revealed like this card right here. It has Ascend, If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game.
And if you have the blessing, then
It
each
does.
opponent
It does
sacrifices
more.
half the
Yeah.
creatures he controls rounded up. Neat.
Pull it up. I'll pull it up after the round.
Yeah, with the pull it up is different for cards that haven't been printed yet.
Yeah. Just Google MTG City's Blessing.
And Vana's Hunger?
Vana's Hunger.
Vana is a
Vana.
card that just recently got spoiled.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad, actually. Here's Vana sitting here like, do I have the city's blessing or not?
Maybe, maybe not. Romario, welcome to chat. Good to have you. If Wizards of the Coast does this set right, they'll reprint Brainstorm with an Ascend mechanic. And if you have the city's blessing, it becomes ancestral.
Yeah.
You don't have to put the 2 cards back.
That makes sense. They'll reprint. It'll be Brainstorm, but better. And then you could have multiple Brainstorms in Legacy decks.
Where have we seen them try to do like kind of functional reprints that have gone wrong? Like you mean like Treasure Cruise or like?
Yeah, that one cost $8. Really expensive. Our soul read is just a thing that MTG Bot says now. Oh goodness.
It has a little tiny URL.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Search for it's done got sunk, guys.
Oh, do you guys hear what Bryce just said? I didn't either. Exploration turns into
things are just
fast
being
bomb.
said. Wasteland, Origins, Exploration. What's happening? He still hasn't made a 2020. Still being patient. Now there's a JSAT. Now he doesn't want to make a 2020. Oh. Punishing Fire.
Yeah, Elite. He's been playing with a little bit of red in his deck. I think it's like 1 volcanic island and a mountain, and there's like a Keranos with Blood Moon in the sideboard, which I'm sure came in this matchup. And then we've seen Pyroblast as well, but I'm not sure what else is red. I know, right? We haven't seen Josh play with red in months. Actually, since I've been streaming here. He's always been on just straight blue-white.
He probably was on Reddit.
Do you think he read it?
Read it? No. Because
Sometimes you play Mountain because you don't want to get mooned.
Hey, there's a 2020.
Found it.
Josh has a
Swords of Plowshares.
He goes to 40. That's what that pointing at dice was.
Last time he had red, he crushed you in a GPT with Sudden Demise. Interesting. Oh, absolutely.
Life is Alone.
Just 3 lands. Dark Depths, Tranquil Thicket, and Bajuka Bog.
And this is going to get countered?
Gracious Delver really disagrees. They hate that. Yeah, they don't like that Blood Moon stuff. Unless they already have a young Pyromancer in play.
Alright, so Paul selects targets. Josh says, I don't care.
Yep.
I'm force willing it.
Let's get that thing countered.
Hard cast. Entreat. Or...
Whoa, now this is something I have not seen him play in a long time. When was the last time we saw him play Entreat the Angels?
Look at those cute little angels.
They're adorable.
I don't know when the last time was.
Neither.
Me neither. That's great. Here's another Life is Alone.
Yeah, so these angel tokens are Cats and Cantrip tokens. If you have not seen Cats and Cantrip tokens, they are absolutely adorable. You can check them out either on her Etsy. Just search Cats and Cantrips, or you can go to eBay, and if you search Paragon City Games, you can see all those tokens up on eBay.
Yep. Josh was definitely searching for a volcanic island earlier. And here it is. Well, it's in the deck. There's an attack for not lethal.
Not even close.
It's an attack for 20.
Half of Paul's life.
Paul goes to 20. Merit Lage is going to take a turn to get there. He wants a link. Somebody wants a link.
Link for the tokens. Trilix. Let's see. I actually don't have a link to the eBay yet.
You have a link to the other one, though. Spaces? Maybe?
There we go. Here. All the tokens should be in here, as well as other things that Paragon City is selling right now.
Do you not have the tokens on the website?
Not yet. The tokens will be on ParagonCityGames.com within the week. I've been talking to Jaden about that, and that's going to happen.
Dark Depths number 2.
I know, isn't the port mat sweet? Actually, seeing the art up close for Rishadan Port, I kind of have more respect for it now. I don't know why I didn't before, but the art's just gorgeous. I never really looked at it closely, I guess.
And it has flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we just found out from HC Box.
But the key will cost you.
It's free, but it's not. Because you have to pay one.
It just looks free. All right. How many angels are we attacking with here?
So Josh is in the weird. I want to attack with the most I can, but you get to block one of them, and then I need something to block with myself.
A little awkward.
So we'll just move some lines around instead.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Think about it. There we go.
Four of them.
16. It's a 2020. So we just had a Merit Lage block an angel.
Yep.
That just happened. Feels weird. Ultimate Legend Kraken thing.
Token on token violence.
Whoa.
You guys should be friends.
The angel just took off. It didn't even fight.
Yeah.
Just, oh, you're blocking? Okay. No.
Brick of Period, thank you for the follow.
So Josh gets that one.
Yes.
That was a very weird culmination right there, where Paul didn't find anything to kill a blocker, and Josh had enough to come back lethal. So he was able to deal 40 damage that game.
Yep.
With an entreat for 5, and we have a game 3.
Nice. All right, let's check up on our other table while they are shuffling up.
Would that have worked if he had gotten a maze right there? Interesting. What Bryce meant to say is Paul.
Paul lost. Oh yeah, I did. Look at that.
We've got
So observant.
What is happening here? We've got Deathrite Shamans,
Mhm.
multiples of them.
One's hiding under the other. I'm not really sure why.
It's enchanted by a Deathrite Shaman.
Oh.
Or it's equipped by one. I don't know.
I don't understand.
It's paying the upkeep, the tabernacle upkeep cost.
My mind was going to that too.
But it's not tapped, so it's presenting as if I could pay the upkeep. If you had a tabernacle and you could pay with the Deathrite Shaman, this is what that. It is a lot of 1/2s. This is Legacy, people, where you get to play powerful creatures and they all
have 1 power and 2 toughness.
Yeah. Now we'll need Paul Bears for the coffin because Paul died. Pyroclasm, that's not a good card. Nobody plays with that. Seems like it would do a lot of damage here. Do like 2 damage to everything.
I think we'd see something like a volcanic fallout or a Kozilek's return.
Corey is on his last
before
hope.
we'd see a pyroclasm
Right now. I mean, it looks like he's in a pretty good spot, but actually, that was his last hope right there. This
Whoa.
is after his last hope.
Oh, jeez. How many hopes did he have before the last one?
I don't know. I don't think he's played any hopes. Just the last hope. We could just keep going, guys. If you want us to, we could just keep that going. Let's check the other one since they don't need to reset one. Oh, Josh is going to shuffle for the lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see if Nate can do any delvering or some non-delvering. So, there's a hitting needle on the table.
A hitting needle?
A hitting needle. I didn't even notice that at first look there. So all those 1/2s really are just 1/2s.
A pathithing needle?
Pretty much. His last hope is gone.
Poor guy.
What's he gonna do now? Hey, he gets to do some delvering.
But we're gonna tune back into this match.
Whoa.
Look at this. Mox Diamond coming down.
It looks like Paul started the game with a Mox Diamond in play.
Kinda.
Ley line of the diamond.
And he'll pitch a Grove. Oh, no loam. No loam this time.
No loam, no gamble, no any. What is happening? Ponder.
Is this even Paul anymore?
He died apparently.
Oh yeah. Obviously,
This is
I'm
his
sorry
replacement.
guys. We just barely went through this. I'm already forgetting.
Mark Teeden signed that Ponder himself.
I believe it.
He's got a thicket. Paul gets a tiger, which really should be a snow-covered tiger because in the art it's covered in snow.
We need more snow-covered lands. I was actually having a conversation with my friend the other day, and he's just a big fan of the snowlands.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't understand why all the lands like in the unstable sets weren't just snow, just for the heck of it. They would have been beautiful. And then I agreed with him.
Huh.
I do think snowlands are sweet looking.
I don't know where to go with that. I don't have nope. Some people want snow duels just as a way to play duels, right? But then we would have lots of duels. We would have instead of you could potentially run 8 duels. I don't know if that would matter.
They could easily just print them and just have them banned.
Global warming took all the snow.
Oh, HC Fox, you're right.
That's why we don't have. The Ice Age is over.
Dang it!
The cold snapped.
The alliance is broken.
Counterbalance. Yay! I think.
Yep.
Everybody likes counterbalance.
Got to crop rotate in response because we don't want that countered by counterbalance. That'd just be obnoxious.
Be balanced.
It would be balanced.
He didn't. I don't know.
Well, looks like he's going for the fast kill. It doesn't look like he has a whole lot more in hand to work with either.
Wow, it's round 4.
Yep.
So I slow down a little bit.
Oh, me too. The 4th round is always the hardest to get through.
I'm not sure why he didn't cycle the thicket. Because there wasn't a loam, right? There wasn't a loam to get back.
No.
At the time.
I don't think he had the necessary mana to play it all safely. Elite.
Mark, he also signed that ponder.
I believe it. Judge Oracle text on island. So let me get this right. They can't make white mana. Correct. Yep. I'm actually not going to give you Oracle text. I'm just going to confirm that that is true. Islands do not tap for white unless additional effects have caused them to.
There is a loam. More loaming. There's a fetch for a card that says, I tap for white. Got a glimpse of the blood moon that's in Josh's from Sideboard.
Yeah, the Swords to Plowshares. Is it Terminus? That's not a Swords. Wow, that'll do it.
He did not find an answer for the for that 2020. All right, what's happening in game? Other game. Lands wins.
Lands does win.
It won.
Wow.
Paul didn't die, guys. Good guys win. What? You guys like the lands?
Oh, they're done too.
They're done too. Somebody here won.
Pretty sure they're done.
Yep.
We've done this before where like we thought the other match was done and they actually weren't done, and we like walked out there after we ended the stream and they're like starting game 3 and we're like, what the? It has happened once.
Okay. So that ends our 4 rounds of live Legacy for this Tuesday.
What? We don't have 5 rounds today?
Oh, I'm sorry. We only do 4 rounds. I will be back here with Brian to show you guys some more Magic Online Legacy.
Yep.
We might. I don't have any idea what we're going to play.
Brian is gearing up for Santa Clara. He's our Legacy player. So
he wants to play some Food Chain?
I'm guessing he'll be playing Food Chain.
Food Chain's kind of fun to watch online. There's occasionally some really fun stuff where Misdirection, he's got a one of Misdirection main deck. It completely resets the game.
Yep. We've seen that happen.
It's just great fun.
In fact, Captain QC, didn't you have a clip of that? Of the Misdirection just like throwing the game away? If you do, I kind of want to see it.
Do weird things.
But yeah, our site is up. That's good.
Our website?
Yeah.
The Paragon City
tokens
Games.
are going to go up onto our website. Something I haven't. Yeah. Sorry, ParagonCityGames.com. Sorry about that, Bryce. Something to mention though, coming up, Legacy Symposium. It's a 1K event. It will be on December 30th. I know a lot of you already plan on coming, but if you have not heard of it and that sounds like something you would like to come to, you can get with us. We're helping people out with housing. for the event, and then right after our Legacy Symposium, we do a 24-hour stream.
So are we streaming the 1K?
Yes.
We're streaming the 1K.
Streaming the 1K.
And
then we're like sleeping for a couple hours or something.
So when does the 24-hour stream start? What time of day?
Midnight.
Okay.
And then we stream till midnight.
We planned
or
this
later.
out beautifully, guys.
Yep.
We're gonna stream this really long Legacy tournament.
Basically, it's a 24-hour plus stream. Yes, Jorgensen, you are gonna miss the stream, but it's gonna be worth it because you'll be here with us while we're doing it. So you kind of won't.
You can watch it while you play, except unless you're playing against somebody that's live, then you can't do that.
Yeah, midnight to midnight. I know our Jorgensen's coming. I know HC Fox is coming. I know Siggy's coming. I know of at least those three.
So it's really longer than a 24-hour stream.
We actually scheduled the event in Twitch today, and Brian insisted it was 24 plus hours. Yeah, you can't watch. That's true. You can't watch it while you're in the tournament. But after the tournament's over, then we start our 24-hour stream, and we're gonna for most of the stream, we're actually gonna have the podcast studio opened up, so that anybody can come in, and as long as they abide by some easy to follow rules, then anybody can be in here.
No talking, no thinking, and no doing anything.
No doing anything. So that's coming up on the 30th and the 31st. Once you go O2 drop, you can watch.
It'll be great.
That won't happen. No way. No possible way. All right. Well, anything else?
No. We had fun tonight, right?
Yeah, it was a great night.
Everybody had fun.
Yep.
You guys had fun.
Lots of lands and miracles. It's almost like we've seen those decks a couple times.
Yeah, just
before.
a few times. Josh and Paul.
Josh and Paul. They seem to do well in every tournament.
Yeah. We got to see some food chaining almost never combo off once. And yeah.
Oh look, and then HC Fox will scrub out and kick him out of the booth.
Because if we have to stream and then stream and then stream,
yeah, we're streaming and then we're streaming.
Whoa! Somebody else could just kick us out. That'd be great. All right, guys. I'll see some of you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, and hail heroes.
Thanks for joining us.